Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
In business since the 50s, Collier & Thompson are known for kitchen and bathroom remodels. But they do so much more. If it's an interior remodeling job, Collier & Thompson can probably help. Basements, wine rooms, man caves, bars, accent rooms, fireplace walls, office, you name it. No need to visit 5 to 10 showrooms when Collier & Thompson provides all your needs in their showroom on Manchester Road in Baldwin. Come home to quality with Collier & Thompson. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experienced the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We are seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Temperatures are finally warming up here in St. Louis, and while that means more fun in the sun, it could also spell disaster for your lawn. Rain equals spring weeds, and now is the best time to get ahead of it. Green Envy has been here in St. Louis for more than a decade, servicing and treating lawns just like they would their very own. Crabgrass can lay dormant for years until the conditions are right, and the massive amounts of moisture we've had is sure to wake up even the oldest crabgrass seeds. Green Envy only uses products that have been formulated for Missouri soil, weather conditions, and turf types, not national generic products that are insufficient and ineffective. Let the experts at Green Envy help you choose the best treatment program for your lawn this season. Phone lines are open 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 9 to 1 to take your calls and answer questions. Call Green Envy today at 636-757-1600 or visit greenenvylawns.com and make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown and Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, the Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to The Morning After. It is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, and Action Jackson with you on the program. Get involved. Collier and Thompson phone line 636-9004-TMA. Text in the Jeff Lotman Compass Realty text inbox and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. And Doug, welcome to Opening Day 2024. We are 7 hours away from the Cardinals and Dodgers in Los Angeles.
You planning to fly out to L.A. for the game today?
PJ.
That'd be kind of fun to do, wouldn't it? After the show, go out to Chesterfield, get on a PJ, and fly to L.A.
If I get on a PJ, I wouldn't be going to the Cardinal game.
Where would you go?
Hey, that's a great question. I have no idea.
Doug, this text was just sent in by the Warson Woods Wacko to start the day. You got a problem with that?
Oh, Lord. Block him!
You want him gone!
Block him!
You want him gone!
You send us that. You should be blocked.
Iggy, you want to see?
You should probably be arrested. Not just blocked, arrested.
You have the text inbox open.
I saw it. My problem with all these, and I love the Wacko, by the way, you have to save
How could
these
you love
to your...
him?
Where do you find this? You have to save it to your phone.
To describe it to the audience, Plowhawk, would you like to attempt, and then I'll counsel review it.
It's an exercise balloon, and he's taking his ween and shoving it in the knot portion of the balloon.
It's a bulkier gentleman banging an exercise balloon, and we could see his birthday hole and the portion of his ween that wasn't penetrating the exercise ball.
What kind of a gentleman sends that into a radio station?
To start us off on opening day.
And Plowsy says, you love this guy? What is it about him you love?
He's a great guy.
Oh, yeah, he seems like a wonderful gentleman.
He takes me out to the Greenkeeper Poor Day.
Block him!
That's literally what they call it.
Well, it's not like a sign. It says, welcome poors.
Welcome to the 14th annual Greenskeeper Poor Day.
That thing's against the law in some countries.
What's that?
That picture.
Oh,
sure it is.
Yeah, that's
it should be in this country. Why would you send that to us and spoil our opening day?
You were getting ready to break down Victor Scott. We're number 11 because then it's going to look like Victor Scott II. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that is a fun thing. Okay. And the Dodgers signed another player to a $140 million contract. Where's all the money coming from?
Ballpark Village.
Well, we don't have it.
I put a fantasy team together just for the hell of it, and I put Victor Scott on my team.
Nice. I like it. Got ILL. A mere 14 hours away, Plowhawk. You got the Blues needing to win every single game they play from here on out against the Calgary Flames. Little rematch, the 1986 Campbell Conference Final.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll be there.
I know.
Give it my vibe.
You got a big day. You got and it times out real nicely for you. Cardinals at 3 o'clock Central. Blues at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
And then probably, honestly, you will be very close to the end of the Blues game by the time Illinois tips off because the NCAA tournament, Jackson and I were talking about this on Bloom Party, creates these 2-hour windows that they could never meet. So we set the over-under. Jackson, what did you set it at 9:21 for when Illinois tips off against Iowa State?
Yep, and I took the over.
And he took the over.
I was going to use one of my days off, looking at the schedule when it came out on Saturday, Sunday, or what have you. But I thought if Illinois won, I'd like to be here. And I also want to be here in general. But I'm going to be riding on a couple hours of sleep.
Oh, well.
So I wake up 3:50, the alarm.
Oh.
Like to get up, get myself ready to go for the first one. Sometimes I'll sleep in. So it'll be a struggle to get, up and around. But if they win, it'll be very exciting. So I felt like I'd like to be here.
You'll probably be taking on Danny Hurley in UConn on Saturday for the right to go to the Final Four for the first time since St. Louis in 2005. What they say was one of the best facilities to ever host a Final Four.
Well, I don't know if they said that.
I heard.
What's great about that potential matchup, I say potential, Iowa State's really good, in that everybody hates UConn and Dan Hurley, so get more of the fan
get some
base
love.
on ILL, get more eyes on that team.
Is Danny Hurley Bobby Hurley's father?
Brother.
Brother? I was
The father was also a coach.
I was going to say, I thought his dad was a coach, but he had to be about 80 by now.
His dad is Bob Hurley. His brother is Bobby Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, you're bearing the lead. It's a special someone's birthday. That's from Big Tuft. Your birthday's in May.
I saw it's Reba McEntire's 69th birthday, and Vince Vaughn is celebrating his 54th birthday. I heard that.
I thought he was a little older than that.
That's what I heard on the radio
Yeah,
today.
happy birthday to Learn.
Oh, was that it?
It's her birthday today.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Nice post from Iggy and a great response from Learn on the Facebook.
What'd she say?
I don't want to paraphrase. I don't know. Iggy recalls.
No, she just thanked me for the presents.
Yeah, it was so
The
cool.
presents. You brought her presents?
I think that might be the lead.
I always get her a couple cool things.
What did you buy her this time?
I got her a poster tin of Taylor Hawkins behind his drum kit.
What?
Taylor Hawkins is a drummer.
A poster tin?
It's a poster, but it's like a tin. It's made of tin, metal.
Okay.
Then I got Mike Flanagan and Kim took care of me. They made a hoodie with her band's logo on the front, Lane Narrows, and her little name on the side.
You think it's creepy buying gifts for a married woman?
No, she's a friend.
Okay. All right.
I bet the text line would agree.
Well, it's starting to come in rather fast and furious from the people. Todd Reesing says, how many stuffed pandas did you get her this year? Harrison's brother Master says it just can't get any creepier, can it?
Wow.
What a pathetic simp. That's from Snagglepuss.
When does it come to this day and age where you can be nice and called a creep?
Does she get you presents for your birthday?
She gave me a Valentine's card.
Does she give you presents for your birthday?
Yeah, last year she gave me a calendar with 12 pictures in it of me and her in various outings and things.
Oh, so maybe there's some reciprocal feeling.
No, it's just friends, and we have fun with it. You people think it means something.
You people,
You can't say you people. Yeah,
No, you
that
people.
got Ross Perot in
you
trouble.
People in the text
Right,
inbox.
was that happened to him? I didn't know that.
You people in the text inbox who think it's creepy. That's fine. If she thought it was creepy, she would tell me. She goes, kind of creepy.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a nice birthday.
Yeah, and to Reba McEntire and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
I would have thought she's older than 69.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you on
She
that,
looks
too.
great for
She does.
69 years old. I see her on The Voice now. She looks
She's been around
20 years
forever.
younger than that. Yeah.
Who, Reba?
Mm-hmm.
I loved her show. I used to watch it. We used to be not many things on TV when it first came out.
Yeah, she seems like a nice person.
Yeah, I agree, Doug.
Vince Vaughn seems like a cool guy as well.
Doug, do you like the film Swingers? 1996.
I'm not sure I saw it.
Oh, is that
all of
right?
it.
Really?
But I like most things that Vince Vaughn has been in,
Well,
so I'd probably like it.
John Favreau.
Yeah.
Heather Graham.
Was it really about swingers, though?
No, it wasn't like about swapping.
But swing music. Well, that's like the name.
Which had about a year or so rebirth in the mid-late 90s. And was it in part because of that film?
Could have
314-881
been.
TMA5.
Could have been, yeah.
That was my sweet spot at the University of Missouri.
Was it really?
Yeah, yeah. But there wasn't like swing dancing.
Where did you hang out? Which bars were hot at that time?
I believe it rests in peace now, but Quentin's was the spot that I enjoyed.
Quentin's. And where was that?
Jackson, what street was that on? Was that on 9th Street or 10th Street?
It was gone by the time I was
Is that right? God almighty. Now somebody will text in.
Is the Blue Note still there?
Blue Note? I think Blue Note's still there to this day, right?
Is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a guy get stabbed outside of there one time.
All right, then.
Is there like a mural or a plaque outside of there?
I don't know. I went
Talking
I went there to see the Sheiks, and there's an argument outside. We walked out, and as soon as we walked by, some guy got stabbed.
You saw him get stabbed?
Yeah. I think he was okay.
Did you do anything about it? Or call the authorities? Or?
No, they'd already subdued the guy. A bunch of people jumped on him. Yeah, we've seen enough. Let's go.
Morning, Tim. Hey, would you be, you won't be weirded out if I get Anna Marie some birthday gifts, will you? Thanks. That's from Lady Sonia's Teacup.
Do you work with Anna Marie?
Lady Sonia's Teacup. That's an opportunity for you to call on the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004 TMA. It was on 9th Street, according to the 314.
All right.
Is Booch's on 9th Street? I get my streets confused. Okay. Well, that's a big street then.
Oh, yeah. 9th goes right up through campus. Like
J
past
School, Doug. Where all the
Ellis.
wealth is created.
Yeah, right past the J School, all the way up through. 9th and Broadway, I guess, would be like the hottest spot.
You think the journalism majors are the wealthiest among the Mizzou graduates?
I mean, you can pursue an MBA, or medical, or law, but I mean, what about the exposure?
Yeah.
You can't. Exposure is not quantified on a tax return. Exposure is not quantified on a balance sheet.
And yet it does have significant value.
I made a payment for a boat, Lake cigarette boat. It's going to be huge on Memorial Day weekend, and I said, I don't have enough money, but I've got all these likes. I've got all these followers.
And that worked? The bank was okay with that?
And that's almost like cryptocurrency, the followers and the likes and retweets. You can actually sell those later.
Or it's just kind of a fantasy out there. Trust us, the money's really there.
But there
Oh, wait, it isn't.
There are people that are getting a ton of likes and a ton of followers that are making millions.
There are, Doug, so why don't we do it?
Well, are they making millions just off the likes?
No,
They're making the millions off the followers.
I didn't even have a smartphone in college, so I'm. What do they teach now? I mean, technology has grown so much.
What do they teach in college without smartphones or with smartphones?
Well, like it's a new age of journalism for one.
Oh,
is what my point was. Like it's not just setting up a tripod and a camera. Now people can go and do their own, create their own network and just do journalism basically with an iPhone. Now I wonder if they teach that. So that was my point, Doug. Because we were very typical, set up a tripod, get the lighting all, you know.
I think a lot of these have got to be just luck. You know, I'm not talking about Kim Kardashian and them. They're very famous. Every time they mention a product, they're making $50,000. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube. He just fishes. And he's from Illinois, but he comes to the Missouri side a lot to fish. And he goes to, like, spillways. You know,
spillway.
I like that. Spillway.
What's a spillway?
It's like almost like a dam, and the water, when it's getting too high or whatever, they let it through. And there's like water going through, and there's fish in there. So he goes to all these different spillways, and all the guy ever catches is like carp and catfish and gar, just trash fish. And he doesn't even fish. He throws out a big piece of meat with a bobber and just sits there. This guy has 1.8 million followers on YouTube who watch these videos. And he's pretty much an idiot. When it comes to fishing.
He's found a niche of spillway enthusiasts.
I mean, it's unbelievable. He just probably decided to start posting. 1.6 million followers this guy has from Illinois. I don't get it. That's why I say sometimes it's just luck. I like to fish. I'm going to put a video up, and all of a sudden, bang.
Yeah.
He doesn't work anymore. He just does fishing videos.
Like, why don't we do some fishing videos today?
I don't know where I could find a spillway.
What about the River to Pear? Is that a spillway? Iggy, is that a spillway?
That's a drainage.
No, I think so. I don't think so. 618 Fishing is his name on YouTube. Go watch some of his videos. It's the same every time.
I don't want to.
Fish on, fish on, fish on. Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's a big one. Stay on.
Anybody
Please stay on.
see
Stay
where that
on.
came from? Did it come from outside?
I just heard audio.
Yeah, I think I'm about to have to restart my computer.
Oh, no.
I feared it was mine.
No drops were playing off of my Adobe, so I figured I would just restart it and then open all of them up again. But now that I see that clip that off is also an issue. That means just it's on auto issue.
Heard this story already, and it's still irrelevant. That's from the bastard James Hahn. I don't recall the spillway story.
I don't remember it either.
And it was relevant because we were talking about people that get likes and followers and how they make money. And
You've talked about this guy before. I remember it. I don't remember it this
It's okay.
These details.
What, a year ago?
It's okay to refresh our memories about these things.
I do a cooking show. I get 10 people. This guy does a stupid fishing show. It's 1.6 million.
What does that tell you?
I'm not good. I'm a good cook. He's not a good fisherman.
You win.
So being bad at your job pays off? Is that the lesson?
Well, it's not a job. It is now, I guess, because he doesn't need to work, I guess.
It is hard to quantify sometimes the people that make it big and the people that don't make it big.
Remember when YouTube was first getting big and that it's like a kid named Eric would do like toy reviews? And we talked about this way in years. He's now a grown adult, by the way. He's like 22 years old or 21 or whatever. He's worth like $65 million.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And his parents took a huge chunk of that, I assume, when he was 6 to 15, 18 years old.
I guess the lesson there is if you have an idea, just take a shot.
Anything involving kids or dogs is almost moneymakers.
Yeah. You never really know what's going to hit it big, so take your shot.
I'm out of ideas.
Look, there it is.
The fishing show.
That's the stage for the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com. There's a secret number for our listeners. Watch this. 314-252-0029. That's going to get you to the Muckrakers.
Not the Muckrakers, the Muckety Mucks.
Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganess.
I saw that Alton Toyota was recently given the 2023 President's Award.
I did see that as well.
They're literally
excellence in all facets of the business.
They are literally
Munganess,
killing
Burkhardt,
the
Alton
game.
Toyota. StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com sponsor our 7 o'clock hour and the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Design Air is the sponsor of the email of the day. 2 more days for Blueberry Pop Pop to just continue to expand his record here. I mean, he's already got a record-setting 13 wins. Can he finish with 15? It's possible. He is dominating the month of March. Is he going to try to carry it over to April? Have you talked to him?
I think he probably will. Yeah, I have not spoken with him.
That is fun to watch. Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Dare I say, winter is over? I mean, Doug, this is it.
You can say
we were
it.
promised
You can
that
say it?
months ago.
You can say it. I said it a month ago. And
It was
it has been
33 again this morning.
Well, it's going to be 67 today, Doug. That's not winter. You got to go through the whole day, not just pick up temperature you like.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, and you do with this what you want. The next time we even see temperatures in the 50s as a high is next Wednesday. Everything else is 60s, 70s, and 80s. And, I mean, here we go. Sundress season. And Doug, Design Air Heating and Cooling is going to make sure that air conditioning's firing on all cylinders because here we go. Right as the Cardinals get ready to open up the 2024 World Championship campaign, right as the Illini get ready to advance to the Elite Eight, right as the Blues begin this 10-game winning streak that leads them to the Stanley Cup Final. And who are they playing? Matthew Tkachuk and the Panthers? Is that
I
who you
believe
saw?
so, yeah.
It all starts on March 28th, and don't forget the Battlehawks opening up the season, too. I mean, obviously.
There's almost too much to watch, too much to do in this town. We're going to have to move to a quieter city.
It's all happening because of this forecast. Design Air Heating and Cooling is online at designairservice.com. That's Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And you can listen to the interview with Brianna Coppage and Megan Gaither. About 90 minutes. Talked with them on Tuesday. And then the unique thing that we'll be putting up today, had a listener, to his credit, by the way, I don't want to say sharpshooting, but saying I say things that he doesn't think are necessarily true regarding the show's structure. And I said, hey, how about this? How about this, friend?
Okay.
Why don't you
F word.
call in and we can have a conversation? You can ask me whatever you want. Won't edit it if you don't want to.
No.
I was going to. He could have remained anonymous. To his credit, he wanted to use his real name.
Okay.
So after we got done talking with Brianna Coppage and Megan Gaither on Tuesday, recorded an interview with this gentleman, and that will be up at some point, I would imagine, this afternoon on the Tim McKernan Show podcast. So there you go. There it all is.
So listeners can just come in and get interviewed if they want.
It was a phone call.
Oh, phone call. I thought it came in.
Yeah, we don't let them in the building.
Yeah,
Ours is the type of program where listeners can phone in and get interviewed whenever they feel like
Well, they
it.
conducted the interview. Because I felt like he was speaking for a portion of the audience, and I thought, you know what, to this gentleman's credit, he's putting his name on it. He's willing to, as opposed to like, sharpshooting from an anonymous burner, or DMs, or message boards, or Facebook page, whatever. Either way, tip my cap. So anyway, that'll be up. 314-881-TMA5 is how you can text in. That's the Jeff Lotman Compass Realty text inbox, JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yeah. Whether you want to buy a home or sell a home, Jeff Lotman with Compass Realty, 23 years now in the St. Louis area. $500+ million in sales. Sweet mother of mercy. If you're looking to buy a home, Doug, I know it might sound weird, might sound counterintuitive, but think through this with me. You're not looking to buy a home, are you? You might be looking to buy a home in Florida.
Well, I always peek
You're always
around,
peeking around?
see what's on the market. Yeah.
If/when the Fed says, all right, we're going to lower interest rates.
Mm-hmm.
And then mortgage rates go down to, I don't even know. Where would we get, you think? Mid-6s, low-6s on a 30-year fixed? I don't know. It's not my industry.
Hopefully they'll go lower than that at some point. I don't know if they will.
I don't know if they'll ever go as low as we got them.
Probably not.
In our lifetime, anyway. But either way, then the market now all of a sudden floods. Well, what's going to happen when everybody wants to buy a house? The prices go up.
Sure
So
will.
counterintuitive is, I want to wait until the rates go down to buy the home. Fine, the rates might go down, but guess what's going to happen to the price?
It's going to go up.
Aye. And you can always refinance. So if you're looking to buy a home, Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, and get in there now and then refinance here in a few months, whatever.
I'm seeing a lot more houses on the market these days.
That's the time. Yeah. I was,
Oh my
I was
God,
actually
I found
looking at one kind of seriously yesterday. Kind of seriously.
You were?
A little bit.
Whereabouts?
Huntley?
Yeah, Huntley. Exactly right.
Central Court.
No upside to tell him where it's at, Tim.
Nice plow hockey. Been around long enough now.
I looked at. Yeah, we have a few in our neighborhood that we looked at.
Oh, is that right?
Fantastic. Yeah, a little bit.
Would you like to post the MLS listings?
I would be fine with it
Would you
because it'd
really?
be much more understanding to where I'm at. But no, it's a couple are a little bit out of my price range, out of our price range. There's one that
Why is it that every house a fellow wants is just a little bit out of his price range?
because you
That's
always put
always
it at
the way it works.
The only ones you like when you do that search column of min to max is right on the max. When you know
Right.
it's probably going to go over, and then you deal with the fees, and now you're 10, 12, 15,000, maybe over 20,000 over what you wanted. But that's how it is, Doug.
Well, you need to be happy where you live, though. So if you're going to stretch the budget anywhere, the house is probably the place to do it, and then cut back on some other things.
Yeah, Madison's
Because the
very
house is
resourceful, which is nice.
The house is going to increase in value, and you're always going to be unhappy if you're in a house that you don't like. And how much are you going to pay for happiness? So if it's a house you really like and it's a little over your budget, find somewhere else to cut. Get the house you want. Find somewhere else to cut. That's my advice.
Good counsel. I don't know if you have ever been wrong on life advice for the 17 years you have been on this program. You are a life Sherpa of the caliber of Mark Hanna.
I don't know about that. The mistake could have been choosing radio as a career to begin with.
Yeah, I guess that part. But other than that,
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't your career.
it's not like the television thing was great either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was...
Hadn't been great. Has not been great.
Well, look at me. Just look at me.
That's great. It's a great quote.
Well, I had to work both jobs.
Life advice.
I had to work both jobs to make it work, and you were unwilling to do that.
Bad idea, Jeans. Plowhawk and I are going to get up and leave.
Give me a TV job.
Settle
I'll do that
in.
too.
Doug, give him a TV.
Well, they don't give them to you. You have to earn it.
Joey Billy Cassidy.
Oh, it works. I just want action.
Like doing a little reverse that you might see in football. The speed with the D. Oh, what they gonna do? He's shooting the roof, Daddy. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
Okay,
See,
so the audio works now.
You try to carve out a career in broadcasting, and you're up against that kind of talent, and you realize you have no real shot.
I have no shot.
Doug, nothing is out of my price range. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
Oh, well, that's good.
I love that.
That's
Power
good.
move.
I wish. Wouldn't it be fun to go house shopping when nothing was really out of your price range?
That's
Wouldn't
why
that be great?
I love watching House Hunters, man. I tell you, because it's on YouTube TV, so you can fast forward to the commercials. You watch older ones or whatever. It's kind of fascinating.
I used to want a big, enormous mansion. That was always my financial goal. Never happened. It's not going to happen. But now I look at huge houses and I think, I don't want that much house.
See, me
I
and
wouldn't want that much house.
Madison and I, a big fenced-in yard and a finished basement would probably be my 1 and 2. Everything else you can change. She's great at interior design. Do a new kitchen. You know, that's something I'm fine with. But yeah, a nice basement, a yard's thing that you can't add on to. You know, you can't add a big yard.
Well,
to
if a basement's
small
so
lot.
big, you ought to look into a ranch house because the basements on those ranch houses
Love a
are usually
ranch
really
house,
big.
Doug, of course.
I don't understand some people. I mean, if you got the money, what does it matter? But Lady Gaga bought like a $24 million home in Malibu. And she did that documentary, 5'1", I think was the name of it. And a lot of it was filmed from her house. And she was getting lost in her house. She goes, I get lost every time I come. Is it over here? One person living in that. I'm sure she has friends over, but a house that big for one person? It's just, I don't know. I don't get it.
I want no part of your pursuit of Gaga.
When I find house hunters, everybody has guests over. They always entertain. I mean, you're talking about Gatsby entertainment, apparently, because 2 people want a 6-bedroom home with no kids on the way,
right?
No pets, just chilling.
It could be an investment. Like Gaga pays $24 million for this house, and she lives there 2 years, and then it'll go on the market as Lady Gaga's house, and it'll be $50 million.
Yeah, it could be. And somebody like that does a lot of entertaining. Plowsy's right. You have 100, 200 people over for a get-together, a party. And, yeah, I get it. I'd just be happy. Even if I had that kind of money, just give me a nice little house overlooking the ocean and...
Oh, that's all. Yeah.
Very simple.
A little house. I don't
a little house overlooking the ocean is still $10 million.
But I don't need 9 bedrooms and 20 baths and a movie theater. And...
Even a 2-bed, 2-bath is going to get you 5.5 to 6.
And they don't build little tiny houses overlooking the ocean.
Sure they do.
No, not anymore. They don't. They build the big ones because they can charge a fortune for them.
Well,
the tiny little houses don't get the prime real estate. Maybe they did it at one time, but they've long since been scraped and replaced by big houses.
I guess.
Doesn't seem fair, I know.
No, maybe it doesn't have to overlook the ocean. Just a nice little bungalow in the Hollywood Hills somewhere.
Again, you're talking millions of dollars. You might be able to find something somewhere in Florida or the Gulf Coast where you could find a smallish house with an ocean view that wouldn't cost you millions of dollars. Maybe in Florida. Southern California, forget it.
Well, I don't have to worry about it. It's never going to happen, but I'll just dream.
I know.
Doug, there's a gentleman who is texting in quite a bit about the real estate market. More boomers alive today than Gen X. Housing crash is on the way. Housing supply is going to go way up soon. In Webster and Kirkwood, over half of current homeowners will be dead in 10 to 20 years. It's morbid, but it's reality, and the supply will explode. As Tim says, guns and butter. This country has a lot of old people. That's from the 314.
Yeah, all that's true.
I don't know the breakdown on Webster and Kirkwood age.
It's older. It's gotten so expensive that you would figure that it's gotten a little older. I mean, Ladue is old. Same thing.
So Madison and I have realistic expectations.
Where's the young part?
Probably St. Charles County for the
Holly
most
Hills.
part.
Oh, you're talking county.
Yeah.
No.
Chesterfield's probably a little younger.
Metropolitan area is what I'm talking.
Odd. Yeah, it's a good. I mean, it kind of spread out in terms of youth.
Yeah, I would think the younger demographics is in St. Charles County.
The neighborhood I grew up in, I mean, I wouldn't call it young. I mean, I think that's one of the core issues that St. Louis has is it takes a little while to make good money or decent money anyway. So you don't necessarily have people in their, I mean, there certainly are people in their 20s with money, but it's not as common as bigger cities with bigger opportunities. But either way, where I grew up in St. Louis Hills, I feel like that neighborhood has turned over, probably did a while ago, like around Ted Drew's, for those who aren't familiar with what I'm talking about. That was older, and I feel like it's turned over with a lot of younger families who want to live there.
I would think Dogtown, Maplewood area, trending younger. Because they've really built up Maplewood into a pretty nice little city now.
It is, but in terms of numbers, those numbers are very small compared to what's happening in St. Charles County, where that's just exploding with tens of thousands of young families.
Yeah, that's the way it was when O'Fallon built up.
Yeah.
Everybody, you were buying houses there for like $200,000. Now they're worth like $700,000.
People are living longer, so it'll correct itself on its own. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood, Milagro Tequila Listener of the Year. Do you want to be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Year? Well, you have to win a month first. Try to win the month of March. Go to TMASTL.com, and great news, you can keep your anonymity when you apply to be the TMA Listener of the Month. At TMASTL.com, it's Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. We have an extra prize for March and April, 2 tickets to Judas Priest. That's the Invisible Shield Tour. That's coming up at St. Louis Music Park.
They're good if you haven't seen them before.
There you go.
They're getting older, but they're still good.
And Doug's hair is getting better, courtesy of St. Louis Hair
Restoration. Well, that's all it does.
What's going on?
It's growing like a giant patch of zoysia in your yard.
Bill.
where it just continues to grow and spread. It might even go over into your neighbor's yard if left unchecked. So I'm afraid if there's a high wind in the studio, some of my hair might fly off onto your guys' heads, and you could start growing some of this hair as well. That's how well the hair has grown since my hair transplant at St. Louis Hair Restoration. I got the FUE procedure where they take some hair grafts from the side and the back of your head where they're not prone to male pattern baldness, and then they move them to the thin parts of your hair. For me, it was right there in the front of the hairline. And now I've got my 20-year-old hairline back. Thank you very much, Dr. Christopher Palinga and the founder of the company, Greg Kreiling, both patients of their own product, by the way. They know how to do it. They faced all kinds of different hair issues. So if something has bothered you, if you look in the mirror and you're never happy with the way you look, do something about it. You only live once. You got a great resource right here in St. Louis that can get you taken care of. You ought to go to their website, stlouishairrestoration.com. Look at some of their before and after pictures. It's really remarkable what they can do for some people. And they can do that for you, too. They've done it for me, and they're also helping Jackson.
That's right. Little finasteride that they suggested I take, and then laser cap that I wear for 6 minutes a night, and that's really helped bolster up some of the hair that I was losing in the crown region. The hairline's holding serve, and the hair, just in general, is thicker, feels better, and you may look at Doug's head. It's unbelievable. It's night and day.
We're living in exciting times with your head.
Very much so. So you go to St. Louis Hair Restoration, you get a free hair consultation. They'll tell you the best treatment plan going forward. If you use that plan, you mentioned TMA, you get $250 off of a hair treatment.
Jack
You can't
is home.
beat that.
Hello, Jack.
Get taken care of with our friends over at St. Louis Hair Restoration.
Well, here we go. 15% off jewelry at Glenn Betts Jewelers. I don't know what else to say. But if you are in the market for jewelry, go to Glenn Betts Jewelers on Manchester in De Pere and say, oh, I'm a TMA listener. And you were probably spending, Doug, I don't know, let's just say you're spending $1,000 just to make it real easy.
Okay.
Oh, and then, what do you call them, Carrot Craig and Diamond Dave?
Yeah, that's their names.
Carrot Craig and Diamond Dave. You're not paying $1,000. You're paying $850,
Yeah,
friend.
that's nice.
And they're going to call you friend.
Friend. Okay, Jim Nance.
So now you've saved 15% just by saying you're a TMA listener. And why not do it just because? Unexpected gift guaranteed to brighten her day and put a smile on her face. It's the unexpected gestures that often mean the most. It's Glenn Betts Jewelers online at glennbettsjewelers.com, GLENNBETZ Jewelers.com. They've been in business in the St. Louis area since 1941. And Craig Betts is third generation, David Betts, fourth generation of Betts family. 15% off when you let them know you are a TMA listener. So if you're like, okay, our anniversary isn't until June, wedding month, big wedding month.
Sure it is.
Take care of that now to get the 15% off. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know why anyone wouldn't.
I really don't. 15% off on jewelry is incredible. It's Glenn Betts Jewelers. Plenty of parking right behind the building on Manchester in De Pere. Oh, it's just a little east of that Deerberg's in De Pere. That's where I would tell you.
Yeah.
I think that's De Pere.
It's less than a click away.
Right down the street from Bellows Bakery, where they brought the
Bellows
donuts.
Bakery.
Or the pretzel.
Bellows Bakery's in the pretzel industry?
Pretzel Boys.
No, didn't they bring a pretzel in? And before
They did,
they
but that
brought
wasn't
some.
from Bellows Bakery.
They brought
It's from
something.
Pretzel Boys.
They brought something in from Bellow.
Well, which is it? Where'd the pretzels come from? I think they came from Pretzel Boys.
It could have been, but before that, last time they were in, they brought in donuts.
Yeah.
From Bellows.
Oh.
Cake.
Or cake.
Birthday cake from being plowed.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
My son lives in St. Louis Hills. My granddaughter will play t-ball there, and 500 kids from 3 to 6 signed up. It's crazy. And there are some young MILFs that hang out at that Rockwell, too. That's from Stephen Wildwood.
Is that right? Is that correct?
Doug, look, my old neighborhood has turned into a hotbed of MILFs.
Well,
we got
about that,
grade
Doug?
school championship banners, and we got MILFs, 63109. Sup?
okay. I started reading an article just yesterday, and then the light turned green, and I had to put the phone down and stop reading the article. But it was about how it's become a thing where boomers are taking money out of their 401ks that have done very well if they've been in the stock market the last 15 years and giving the money so that their millennial children can get into the housing market.
Huh.
It's
That's
become a
great-
real phenomenon where parents
Is that
are
right?
having to give down payment money to their kids so they can get in.
And that's a gift, correct? And
I'm
so
not sure how they
therefore-
handle it.
You can-
Like I said, the
I
light
believe
turned
you could
green. I didn't
gift
get
up
through
to
all
a
the...
certain. I think I remember some kind of, but then they were changing the terms on it. It's kind of like 529s. Those can be rolled into Roths now, but that wasn't the way it was a couple of years ago. I don't know. We have so many multi-millionaires listening to the program.
Thank goodness. I need this
they
advice.
can maybe call in. Yeah, exactly. 636-9004. TMA Collier and Thompson phone lines, and text in your financial/real estate counsel. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, to sponsor the text inbox 314-881 TMA5. Doug is right, idiots. Steve Wildwood.
Okay. I would imagine if you take money out of your 401k, you're going to have to pay taxes on as though that were ordinary income. So whoever takes it out of their 401k, they would pay taxes on it, and then they would be able to just give the money to their kids.
So are parents trying to avoid, because if their kids are first-time home buyers, there is an option with, zero down or lesser down payment.
How? Unless you're military. If you get VA benefits, you can buy a house with zero money down. How else?
I thought first-time home buyers in general had the option.
Oh, no. That's what caused the 2008 economic crash.
You're talking 40 to 60,000 probably is what you'll need for a down payment for
depending on the price of the
typical
house. Between 10 and 20% usually.
It's a tough ask but it's not impossible for Gen Z and
it's not impossible. Depending on your income. But I don't think the parents are doing it for any benefit other than to see their kids get into the housing market. They're not trying to rip anybody off or do it for their own financial benefit. They just want to see their kids get out of the apartment and get into a home.
I think that's really nice of them. And I guess if you are able to do that, that's
So you put your kid through school and then you got to buy him a house too?
Well, if you want to, if it's your child and you want to see them have all the nice things that you had, yeah, there are people that actually do nice things for their kids.
Doug Shrimply Pibble sending in a text that does not include a picture of his wife this morning. 12 years ago, wifey and I. You like that, wifey and I?
I don't mind it. I never say it.
I love wifey.
Do you?
You like the term, or you like his wifey?
No, there is a lady out there who does porn with her husband called wifey.
Oh, gosh. It always has to get around to porn.
Jay loved her. Jay loved wifey.
Who are we talking about?
Wifey.
This was just a nice little note that this guy wrote in. You turned it into a porn story.
I didn't even know where the original
I haven't heard of wifey, I got to be honest.
Oh, you got to find it. She's neat.
But that's not who I think Shrimply Pibbles is referring to. Shrimply Pibbles is a younger gentleman. 12 years ago, wifey and I bought a tiny starter house near the old studio with the Hummer.
Oh, God.
5 years later, a developer paid us $70K over what we purchased it for just to knock the house down. We were lucky to get in when we did and now can play the game, whereas a ton of our friends missed that opportunity and are currently on the outside looking in. Doug, what a wonderful sentiment.
Yeah.
Shrimply Pibbles.
You just got to get in. You got to get in somehow.
I'll be renting for a while. I mean, I love the apartment and love my place in the area, but yeah, it's hard to get in.
Yeah.
We've done it a few times.
Had you done a couple years in the military, you could get those VA benefits, and then you could buy houses for zero down.
Yeah, that's a good. I like that they offer that as well.
Yeah.
Jackson, you're in a house, aren't you?
No.
It's not a house?
Nope.
Okay.
Good story, though.
No, I thought it was a house on the hill, which is
they're
hard to come by.
Tim, wifey is not your speed. Abort. That's from Danny Tanner. I don't know who wifey is.
I don't know
Why
either.
would somebody...
How do you know he's not a speed?
What's wifey like?
Well, I'll find a picture for you.
Well, just describe her to us.
Well, first of all, you don't have a mom.
She's
because
blonde,
you're not married, so
attractive.
your kids don't have that mom that you're dating.
Big breasts.
Blonde, attractive, and big breasts.
Well, it started with back in the VHS days. Before there was
She's obviously not.
before
hot.
there was the internet and there was all of this.
Yeah.
They did her
Wifey.
and her husband did VHS videos of just her and her husband. And now it's turned in she's got other guys coming in and things like that.
Tramp.
Doug, we're about to see wifey here on the
Okay.
show. Everybody else, you can look up wifey.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to look her. I can't just type in wifey. It's
Why not?
Jackson, do you have a picture?
What's going on here? They're all
Pull it up on my Hubbard issued laptop.
What's going on here? They're all blurred out.
Guys, wifey is an Afton 5. Oh, that's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen Craig Puckett.
Safe search blurring is on. I don't want it on. I can't see anything.
You can turn that on.
It's so vile that your phone is blurring it out, saying you really don't want to see this.
Wifey is an overweight, middle-aged woman with huge joggers.
Oh.
That's from That's How Good the Merkin Was.
That's wifey.
Oh, there's wifey.
Okay, I couldn't see.
I got to keep it away from the camera.
Okay.
And that's a newer picture. Just think 20 years ago when her VHSs came out, what she looked like.
Just imagine that.
Iggy's wifey is very good with finishing her partner with her hands as well as her lack of gag reflex. That's from the Orson Woods Wacko. He's having a huge
Figured he would know who it is.
I don't have a wifey. Oh, the wifey I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, she is. Her husband never showed his face in the VHS. He wanted to stay, but now he's like the big star of it too. The husband's all over the place.
Is he husby?
Is his name Husby?
The hubby.
I don't think he's hubby.
Doug, this is amazing, but glove blogger Tom Traven just found a screenshot from Iggy posting. I don't know where this was, if this is Twitter or Facebook, and he ranked her 56th on his top adult stars list on July 1st, 2020.
56th.
Wifey checked in at 56 on Ken's top porn star list that no one asked for. Wow. Now let's get back to watching Ken search for pornography while he's at work.
I only did top 20, so she would have been 56.
I mean, this is a screenshot.
got a list
of
right there.
How many did you do?
I did
Doug, were you surprised that she was ahead of Brianna Banks?
I don't know who these people are.
Ahead of Julianne is something that could be a felony.
Who was number one? Lisa Ann?
You know who Sylvia Stiles is?
Well, why did you rank her then?
I don't remember that.
So somebody hacked into your account to rank porn stars?
This looks like balls deep into COVID. So, I mean, a lot of time, a lot of people requesting this potentially.
I knew I did the top 20.
Who's Hitomi Tanaka?
Oh, she's a Japanese porn star, just humongous.
Who did you rate number one?
It's like Mel Kiper.
I don't know if I put Christy Canyon or Kay Parker up there. I'm sure it was one of the old timers.
The old timers. Joe DiMaggio back, Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Yankee Clipper.
The greatest living ball player.
I was watching a Marilyn Monroe documentary last night, and they showed a picture when they got married. God, how could he have gotten her?
Because he was the most famous sports star in America.
He wasn't a good-looking man.
He wasn't an ugly guy,
Well,
and he was the most famous sports star in America.
I guess, but
You think they don't have a shot? You think baseball players, famous baseball players, don't have a shot with beautiful women?
I don't think Marilyn Monroe really cared about sports.
Well, she cared about something about him. Why would you say he's an ugly guy? He wasn't an ugly guy.
Just from the videos. I mean, he's got jagged teeth. They're all over the place.
Just Joey D is absolutely getting slaughtered right now.
He is.
No, I haven't met the man, but...
So what does that have to do with it? He just trashed him.
He got better looking. He's got older.
Coaching record. There we go. All right, here we go.
He's like a distinguished gentleman, but back then he smiled and was like, what does she see in this?
My mom said she always had a crush on Joe DiMaggio as a kid.
All right.
I guess she wouldn't have been much of a kid. She'd been about the same age.
Nothing against Joe. It's just when you got Marilyn Monroe, who could have anybody in the world she wanted. I don't know why she picked Arthur Miller either.
Harrison's brother Master says you put Lisa Ann at number 2 on your list on July 1st, 2020.
Oh, no way.
What year was that?
July 1st, 2020.
Well, she was part of the show then, and she wasn't really berating me much.
Would she still be number 2?
No.
Oh.
Would she be in the top 100?
I did it to be nice.
I just feel bad for Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper. I did not see it coming today where his looks would be called on the carpet.
I love it. No offense against Joe. He just had jagged teeth.
He was the biggest sports star in the country at that time. Or one of them.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, he was.
She lived in Hollywood. She didn't even live in New York.
So what?
I'm sure she wasn't following the Yankees. I'm sure somebody fixed her up with it and said some things about him, and she was just a lonely woman. She was...
You think she would have chosen you over Joe DiMaggio?
Since you put a spell on them before the A&M game, Edwina.
Edwina. But no, we had that segment. We play it a bunch. About how Marilyn Monroe went to calling random dudes to come over. Wasn't that it, Iggy?
Yeah, she was so lonely. The Kennedys have pretty much threw her to the curb, and she was just calling people to come over. If I'd have been in the area, never know.
You would have had no shot.
Her
with
bungalow was
Marilyn
right there. It
Monroe.
wasn't like these big mansions back in the day. Her bungalow's right there. There's a gate. There's her house.
So you could have just walked right in?
Hi. How you doing? Just wanted to say hi. Come on in.
Is this a dream or a fantasy that you've had?
No, just it's always a possibility.
Your number 91, Iggy. Who's Larkin Love or Bambi Woods?
Bambi Woods was in
Memphis Monroe.
Debbie Does Dallas, I think.
Oh, was she? Okay, so she's in some famous
And
films.
Larkin's just kind of like a. She didn't go mainstream porn. She did a lot of stuff on her own.
Okay.
That must have been a boring time.
Boy, I guess.
But that's not the top 20 that I released right away, because I only did 20 when the Hammerhead Shark thing came out, and I just said, screw it, I released them all.
Yeah, you'd had enough at that point.
But that looks like that thing's going 100 deep.
Yeah.
I never remember doing that. I don't think I know 100 porn stars.
It seems like a good way to spend your time.
Well, if it was after March, everybody's locked up, had nothing to do.
Everybody's locked up. Nobody does anything after March?
Well, it was COVID. After March 2020, everybody's staying home. Got nothing else to do, so I just put a porn star thing together, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Top 100 that's really going
I don't
deep
remember
into the
doing that.
archives.
I really don't remember doing a top 100.
Yeah, there are a few screenshots being sent in. July 1st, 2020.
I don't remember that.
Doug, do you remember that list? Did you
I do not.
agree? Did you feel like it was engagement farming?
It sounds like it was.
I think I was in Montana at the time, fresh off a furlough.
Oh, that would have
yeah.
been right after the furlough. The furlough,
Yeah.
I think, was like June 27th, 2020.
Fresh off a furlough.
Fresh off a
Fresh
furlough.
When you're fresh off, are you feeling pretty good? Like stretching your arms and
Kind of
bouncing around?
kind of peacocking around
Yeah.
a little bit out there at the
More
airfield.
energy.
Furlough.
Yeah.
How long before the other furlough hit?
I think that was my last one. I think I switched it up and went a different route and was out of radio for like a year.
We all got furloughed today at Channel 4. They
Oh,
cut
really?
they cut
Didn't know
everybody
that.
back to 4 days instead of
Oh,
5.
I didn't know that.
And-
I forgot anyway.
And for some crazy quirk in the tax code, the state would pay us for that 5th day we weren't paying. And for most people, you got more money for being furloughed than you did
Oh,
your
glorious.
regular working hours over the 4 days that you
How about that?
otherwise would have worked. That's how crazy the system is.
Oh, I would have been peacocking around. That's fresh.
We
off a
were. We were
furlough.
saying, furlough me a couple more days, if you please.
Caller Adam wants to talk about financials. Doug and Iggy's top 100 list. He
Okay.
is on the Collier and Thompson phone line. So good morning, caller.
I need to be clear. This is my 5th time trying to call in this week. When I tried to call in earlier, I would get potted in or patched in, whatever you guys say, and all I could hear was the audio from KC 95.
Really?
They were just asking people how their weekend was.
Well, that's probably a better show than this one, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So anyway, though, it didn't work, and then I called in again, and then Jack said, you're not allowed to call in today. And then now I'm calling in today. So what's up, guys?
Well, did you have something to tell us?
You guys, well, I had a lot of things all lined up because you guys were talking about stuff. So I'll go back to the ramen place on Hampton. Minya Rui. I'm butchering the name, Jackie, but it's what? How do you pronounce it?
You basically menu roux thing.
Tim, I know I saw you at Louis, and it was a highlight for our wives, and that was a great meal. But the ramen place was the best meal I've had in like 3 years, and it was so simple.
That's the one I'm
So
talking
good.
about with the lines out the door on Hampton. That place, I've never had it. It looks just...
It's ramen
out of this
noodles?
world. Yeah.
When you get ramen at a restaurant, is it as cheap as you buy them at Schnucks for like
No.
59 cents for a bag?
This is authentic ramen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still like $12 for a bowl or something. Like it's like not expensive. Like you can go out with a significant other, or in your case, Kenny alone. But like it'll be cheap. It's cheap and it's good. It's the best like homemade meal I've had in a long time at a restaurant. It was so good.
I can't wait to try it. I
Is the
appreciate
homemade-
your recommendation.
Is the homemade ramen lower in sodium than the ones you buy in the store?
100%.
Because I love those things, but there's so much sodium that it tastes like you're a mouthful of salt.
The next thing I wanted to talk about that I had prepared
Guess not.
was that it was about Doug's hairline.
Yeah.
Because I'm so proud of him for doing something. I'm not joking when I say this. It's going to come across as sarcastic. You do something to your own body for your own self-interest is brave, and it's good that you recognize that you wanted to change your hair and you did it. I genuinely mean that. So if it comes across sarcastic, I don't mean it.
No.
What I don't like about your hairline is that, like, before, when your hairline was back, you're a real sub, and like you took everything, and now your hairline's up, and you're a real dom, and you make me take your man meat all the time.
Okay, put him down. Okay, cut his mic. Oh,
You become a more domineering lover?
I haven't found that to be the case.
Really made no sense.
No. I didn't seek this out. They came to me, said, "You want to do this?" I said, "Well, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. It's not like I'm hitting the club scene anymore. Pushing 70, I don't really care." They said, "No, we'll give it you for nothing. You can talk." I said, "Okay, I'll be there tomorrow at 7 a.m." So, yeah, I'm
with some
glad I did it.
Chick-fil-A.
I got Chick-fil-A out of it, too.
Out of the whole deal.
Yeah, I would suggest it for anybody.
Spicy
I'm going to look into it. I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, and they're anxious to see you come in.
I know.
Check it out.
I appreciate that. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to.
Yeah, exactly. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Get involved on the program, 314-881-TMA5. Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, text inbox. Call in like caller Adam did, 636-9004-TMA. Yeah, huge phone call. Collier and Thompson phone lines. And email in to compete with Blueberry Pop Pop, who's looking to finish with 15 wins in the month of March, which would be a record. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. See if you can compete against the greats. We'll close out the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour here on TMA. Come back with our 8 o'clock hour, and we'll get you ready for opening day. In addition to a Jim Dandy of a sports day in St. Louis, with the Blues taking on the Flames in a must-win, and the Illini looking to advance to the Elite Eight in 13 hours. It's coming your way on TMA.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Chow Chow on the Hill is your one-stop shop for all your pet supplies. As soon as you walk through their doors, you and your pet are considered family and treated with superior service and personalized attention. Jessica is the owner and is a certified pet nutritionist and is passionate about educating her clients on the product that will keep your pets happy and healthy. My favorite part about Chow Chow is its connection with All Paws Safe Haven, an organization that helps shelter animals find forever homes. To learn more about Chow Chow, visit CIAOCHOWSTL.com or stop by and tell them Plowsy sent you.
In business since the 50s, Collier & Thompson are known for kitchen and bathroom remodels. But they do so much more. If it's an interior remodeling job, Collier & Thompson can probably help. Basements, wine rooms, man caves, bars, accent rooms, fireplace walls, office, you name it. No need to visit 5 to 10 showrooms when Collier & Thompson provides all your needs in their showroom on Manchester Road in Baldwin. Come home to quality with Collier & Thompson. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
Temperatures are finally warming up here in St. Louis, and while that means more fun in the sun, it could also spell disaster for your lawn. Rain equals spring weeds, and now is the best time to get ahead of it. Green Envy has been here in St. Louis for more than a decade, servicing and treating lawns just like they would their very own. Crabgrass can lay dormant for years until the conditions are right, and the massive amounts of moisture we've had is sure to wake up even the oldest crabgrass seeds. Green Envy only uses products that have been formulated for Missouri soil, weather conditions, and turf types, not national generic products that are insufficient and ineffective. Let the experts at Green Envy help you choose the best treatment program for your lawn this season. Phone lines are open 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 9 to 1 to take your calls and answer questions. Call Green Envy today at 636-757-1600 or visit greenenvylawns.com and make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
Come back
now.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After
On KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Welcome back. This is The Morning After, and it's a program that is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. My name is Tim McKernan. Doug Vaughn, Ken Stroh, Darren Atkins, and Jackson Burkett with you for the next 2 hours. Jackson and I are going to head down the hallway, and then we're going to do a balloon party. This is kind of a big show because with the Cardinals opening up the season, we wanted to do something special. Jackson, let Doug know what you have prepared for this opening day show.
Sure. This is the Little Piddles Opening Day Opinion Basin.
Basin?
That's right.
It's an opinion basin? It's like where opinions are piling up at the bottom of a hill or something.
Isn't talk radio mostly all opinions?
Think about that.
I guess a lot of it is, yeah.
All right. Well, how about this one from Mike Greenberg? Doug, sometimes you could say he's a prisoner of the moment, but I don't think this. I think this one's a take. And the great thing about it is the guy that we all kind of admire, because we know it's sincere and not theater, is Dan Orlovsky. So it's Greenberg and Orlovsky.
Good.
And it you could say it sounds takey. I don't.
Who takes Smith? Fight to the death.
Breaking down the
If they were in the NBA's Eastern Conference, would they make the playoffs? I'm looking at teams that are 8 games under 500 in the play-in right now. They're better than.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, Greeny.
And Orlovsky.
I'm not doing that. No.
Listen, I got a bone to pick with Orlovsky.
No.
He suckers me into a bet. I got to make. He's betting me dinner at the Polo Bar just because I can get in and he can't. And the next thing you know, and I'm trying to. It's a 9-1 odds, and he's like trying to make me a bet on dinner and all of this. It's ridiculous. UConn's an NBA team.
Wow.
Jackson felt like there may have been a humble brag in there.
Yeah, I can get into the polo club.
Yeah.
And they're betting. Anybody going to investigate them?
Well, you're allowed to, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's double standards. I mean, these people talk about gambling all the time. All their sponsors are gamblings, and they got a gambling story about Ohtani.
Well, it's not legal in California.
On this particular clip, it's one of the dumbest takes on the planet. This coming from a guy who had some really dumb takes.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
If UConn could beat the 8 seed in the East, am I correct on that, Jackson? If that's a take?
He's saying that UConn could make the NBA playoffs.
Oh, no.
They're talking about 8 games under 500 making the play-in game. What was he talking about?
Don't go after the association.
The NBA play-in games.
So he wasn't talking about UConn.
He was.
Yeah,
he's saying that UConn could make the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, he said.
Which is unbelievably asinine.
Like, it's absolutely crazy to.
But then he later said that he was joking, and he's like, but I understand how people would take it seriously. It's like, well, you just said it with no sarcastic tone in your voice.
How many NBA players you figure on UConn's roster, future NBA players on UConn's roster right now?
1.5. And every player on the NBA roster is on the NBA roster. So.
They were all stars in college.
Yeah, it's nonsense. This happens like every year there's a really good college team. It's like, could they beat the worst team in the NBA? No. Same thing with college football.
Yeah, we got that little with Alabama in college football. They could beat the Jets. No, they couldn't.
Well, when you got to do a 3-hour sports show every day, that's the kind of stuff you get on a national level.
Even on the local level, you get stuff about wifey.
I never consider us a sports show anymore.
We try to be at times.
I mean, we talk sports.
Sure we do.
But we're not all sports.
No.
Faith, character, core values, and team first. Those would be the 4 pillars.
Yeah.
Great ones.
The show's pillars.
I think even a lot of sports shows aren't all sports. At some point, you get off on another tangent on a lot of shows. Not all of them, but some. Probably even most. You can't help but talk about life in general occasionally.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the shows.
Mr. and Mrs. Broman, lovely people. They have a lot of horses. That's one of their horses. That horse has been a favorite of mine, and I've been very lucky with that horse through the years. I know the horse well.
He said horse 5 times in the span of 10 seconds.
I know the horse well. And then they're like buddies and they have cocktails.
I don't know many horses well. I never have known a horse real well. Never have.
I've known jockeys pretty well.
Female jockeys?
No, I used to, when we go out to Fairmont, David Gall was the #1 rider. And you kind of knew if he was going to have a good night or not. If his first couple of races, if he finished 4th or 5th on horses that were like the favorite, it's going to be that night where he's just pulling back the reins.
You think he did that on purpose?
That's what I was told.
Oh, no.
I'm not besmirching
M&M is a buck swope joint.
I'm not besmirching anyone. I'm just saying that's what some of the insiders would say.
Well, that's a pretty serious allegation.
I didn't say it.
You just got done saying it.
I said that's what somebody told me. I didn't know for a fact, but I would know if first couple of races he's finishing 4th and 5th. Okay, we're not betting goal the rest of the night.
Well, you said you knew Dave Gall.
Just from going out to Fairmont and watching him. Well, you think he met the horse and had dinner with the horse?
Well, he's claiming that he knows
said he
the
watched
horse
the horse. He knew the horse well, meaning he knows what he does when he goes out and races.
I think he said he knew the owner and is intimately involved in this horse.
All right. Well, I knew him just by watching him at Fairmont. We went out to Fairmont.
You know him as a little foil.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Fairmont quite a bit.
Not foil.
Go up into the Black Stallion room, have a nice dinner, just sit up there.
Mm-hmm. Maximilian was the chef.
Classic rock.
Skip was the valet. Quite a character, Skip.
Mm-hmm.
He would throw your ticket.
What now?
It didn't make any sense what he would say, but the guys they had like 20 guys working for him. This guy was making like $200,000 a year, just the head valet out of Fairmont Park. You just give him your ticket, 48 on the flag, and you throw the ticket and go flying through the air.
Then who would pick it up?
He wouldn't. The next guy up, he's 44 on the flag, you just throw it, and the guy would run to the car and bring the car back.
And he made $200,000 doing that.
Yeah. Get a lot of tips.
Oh, I guess. So why don't you take a job like that?
I did park cars at one time.
You make $200,000 doing it?
At Bush's Groves. No, I was getting like 2 cars a day would ask me to park their car.
That's not much of a job.
No, it wasn't. It was like a part-time thing. Another one of my jobs that really didn't pan out.
Well, you couldn't have had a whole lot of high hopes for a job where you're parking cars at a restaurant?
No, but I figured, rich people coming in Bush's Groves, park 10, 12, 15 cars a day, get, $3, $4 a tip, and walk out there with 60.
I could see you as a bellhop at the Ritz.
If the old man's satisfied, then everything's just fine.
Was that me?
No, probably Joe.
I think it sounded like producer Joe, yeah.
Oh.
Probably talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we were talking about car parking, so good drop.
That's what I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Pride Joey comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
When I think
was on
about
point.
circling around in a parking garage.
Yeah.
That's my commissioner.
Schaefer Door Company is a sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour. We are in our 8 o'clock hour right now. If you run into any issues with your garage door, make sure you work with Schaefer Door Company. SCHAEFER door.com. And they have a number specific for our audience at 636-782-3608. They service all kinds of garage doors, first service, and also new installs. And they have Monday morning standby service for those doors that break over the weekend. Schaefer Door Company has multiple multifamily members working there. In other words, lots of people from the area working at Schaefer Door and multiple family members. You're talking about fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, brothers, sisters, a lot of people staying there, working there, giving you an idea of the stability of the company and the way they do business. They're big enough to get any job done, but small enough to talk with a person who can still have an important issue. So here is what we got. Secret number for the audience once again, and I like that. 636-782-3608, or go online at schaeferdoor.com, SCHAEFER door.com. They service commercial doors too. If you run a business or warehouse with big tall doors, Schaefer is experienced in these types of jobs. It's Schaefer Door Company. Sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour on TMA. Jackson, if I want to place a wager on ILL and get 2 points tonight against Iowa State, where do I go?
Oh, that would be Circa Sportsbook, Tim.
Bill.
And the Circa Sports app, the world's largest sportsbook in Las Vegas, has made its way to Illinois. The Circa Sports app is sports betting the way it should be, with big app bets, high betting limits, tight money line splits, and the best customer service around. Tim just mentioned ILL versus Iowa State, #1 offense versus #1 defense. Going to be an awesome matchup. We also got UConn and San Diego State tonight. And if you want to bet on the Cardinal game too, over-under is now moved down to 8.5.
8.5, dog.
Wind blowing out towards center field. Maybe you think the over, Miles Michaelis, might be shaky. Maybe the Cardinal lineup throws a couple crooked numbers on the board.
Yeah, they hit so well this spring, you'd certainly want to bet on that.
Sure. They're also plus 190 on the money line. Either way, Circa Sports app is now available in Illinois. Visit circasports.com for more details and get ready to start betting like a pro. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILL GAMB to 833-234.
Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? Well, it's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hot and will prevent your facility from having hot fires. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com. Get involved on this program and call 636-9004-TMA for the Collier and Thompson phone lines. You can text in 314-881-TMA5 for our Jeff Lotman Compass Realty text inbox and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Patrick at Immaculata says, Bush's Grove. There's no S, you dolt.
Oh, gosh.
Whatever. You knew where it was.
Yeah. I'm surprised that
no
is
longer there, I
closed
don't
down.
believe.
No, it's not there anymore.
That's where the guys that own Charcoal House, that's where they started. They were waiters at Bush's Groves. They inherited some money and they bought Charcoal House. Steve and George.
Yeah, but it's just Bush's Grove.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's get the name right. It's a classy place. I never
Bush
went there.
Grove. How about that?
No, it's Bush's.
I'll leave both. No, there's no S on
Yes,
Bush's.
there is. It's Bush's. They own it. Bush's Grove.
Possessive.
I got the S's mixed up.
Okay.
Doug, look how many times this text has been coming in. Plowick, I don't know if you have the text inbox open.
I'll open it up now.
Oh, God. He demands that you read it. So don't read it just because of that.
Yeah, I would.
Caleb Mandrake's stepdad. Didn't he call in and talk about getting pegged?
I don't recall that.
Jackson, am I right on that?
Yeah, something about the woman pegging dressed up like Doug.
Well, but for sure don't read it.
636-9004-TMA. We'll move you to the front of the line.
Read it.
His last 17
He sent
texts
it
are
again.
just 2 texts sent that many times.
Does it look like it's important? Don't read it out loud.
Oh my God,
but
no.
just, it's stupid.
He really doesn't like caller Adam. That's the core issue.
Okay.
Adam's harmless.
Doug, do you feel like he's harmless? I mean, he talked about you being a domineering lover.
Yeah,
now
I
you got
don't-
your hair.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got banged a lot.
He's verbally abusive, this fellow.
Just toward the end of the call.
Well, that counts as verbally abusive.
Doug, here's Wilson Contreras on the Cardinals' new pitching staff.
Oh, I'd
and
like
his
to hear
relationship with him. You know, last year it didn't go real well. He was moved to a corner outfield spot. Didn't play it, but that's where he was moved. Hung out for a little while in the dugout to learn how to catch, even though he had caught a world champion. And now he wants to talk about the new pitchers, Lance Lynn, Kyle Gibson, Sonny Gray, and I guess Steven Matz is a little more active this year than he was with the injury last year. Zach Thompson. Hell, there's a bunch of guys.
Yes, Sonny Gray is one of a kind. I think he's high energy guy, and which I love that. I noticed that from day one. And we've pretty much been talking throughout the off season a lot. So we're still building our relationship there. Lance Lynn, and I know he's a high energy guy. You just don't show it off like Sonny Gray do, but when he's about to pitch, he's a different guy. So I love those two type of personalities, and I'm glad that I'm able to identify them.
You hear a little gerbil in the background?
I did hear a gerbil. They could have been near a pet store. I've always liked Wilson Contreras. I
Past
really like
pets.
him. He's got a lot of energy. He hits the hell out of the ball, especially as a catcher. I just like him a lot.
You know when a girl isn't attractive, but she's super cool, and you say she has a great personality?
Uh-oh.
It's exactly what he just did to Sonny Gray and Lance Lynn there. Didn't talk about their pitching, didn't talk about them being competitive, just about fiery personalities.
Yeah. Well, the Cardinals could use that. They could use some energy. Doesn't it? It seems like their superstars are really laid back. Goldschmidt, Arenado, really quiet, laid back guys.
You know, did you see I think it went the Cardinals who may have tweeted out, it was Arenado and Ozzie doing ground balls and like having a little mini interview.
Yeah.
It was freaking cool. I like Arenado's candor and those types of situations.
I mean,
talk about taking ground balls because he likes doing it and wants to do it. And
Miles Michaelis did an interview with Katie Woo.
Woo, 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 Katie Woo.
In The Athletic.
Woo.
You know, he's locked and loaded for this upcoming season. And Doug, that's important because he's going to be taking the ball here in 6 hours and 39 minutes at Chavez Ravine. He says, I'm not going to tell all the people doubting us to eat S. Can't say the word.
No.
I'd like to, but in the off chance I'm wrong, I look like an idiot. But in the chance they're wrong and I'm right, that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Fun little quote.
Can't argue with that. He's a fun guy. He's got a good personality, Miles Michaelis. He has been a 2-time All-Star. He's been a good pickup.
Been decent, yeah. And I
he
just
had one
think
outstanding year. He was like, what,
18 and 4?
Yeah, he had
Crazy.
one just fantastic year.
Last couple of years, not so good.
he
He's an
yeah,
All-Star 2 years ago.
I don't know what his
Did he
stats
not
were
end the
2 years
season
ago.
well? Because I don't remember his season being that great 2 years ago.
Who started the 2 playoff games? Quintana definitely started one in Montgomery, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But last year was a bad year.
Well, for not giving up anything for Michaelis, just for getting him out of the Japanese league or the Korean league, one of those, it was really a good pickup.
Oh, I agree.
But to say that after 91 losses, almost as if he's like going after the fan base. I don't know.
But when he came,
It's weird, but
nobody knew who he was other than he ate a lizard.
Mm-hmm. But you would want your guys to be kind of cocky and confident. You would want that. You don't want them to say, yeah, we really don't have much of a chance. I can't believe anyone's picking us to be a playoff team. You don't want that.
I don't know if I want my third starter telling the fans to eat ass after they've just lost 91 wins. Like I said, there's always a time. I'm not saying he's a terrible player or a terrible person. There's always a time and a place for quotes like this.
Mm-hmm.
You may have a great start against the Dodgers. You're not sure. Maybe he's saying this after maybe a 6-inning shutout win.
Yeah.
Is a little bit different, but if you get shelled in 2 innings, everybody is going to use that quote and just drown you on social media, and there's no upside for him to say that. So I was surprised with the quote.
It would be wonderful, just in general, if somehow he goes out there and holds that Dodgers lineup in check. Mm-hmm. With the expectations that they have. Granted, they've played 2 games, but this is the first games in the United States for one of the most anticipated teams that I can recall in the last couple of decades. With what they have. And certainly they're also transcending sports. Doug, that was a term that we would hear at KMOV when we were transcending sports with the Shohei Ohtani story. So all these eyes were already on the Dodgers anyway. Now you have the Ohtani story. And
when they said it transcended sports, that meant they were going to take it in news, and we couldn't do it in sports.
That's right, because we couldn't handle it.
Right.
That's right.
Is that game on ESPN by chance? Because if it's on,
we could look it up.
If it's on Bailey's, I can't watch it.
It's on Bailey's.
Yeah. God, you would think a game with the Dodgers in it opening day, they'd have it on ESPN.
I mean, they're playing 152 or some games on Bailey's, so.
I don't know
a lot of naps.
I haven't paid attention. ESPN used to do like 4 games throughout the day. They'd have an early game, 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock, West Coast game. Maybe they don't do it anymore because you would think that would be one of their games.
Maybe too busy coddling a bankrupt business that is peddling a half-rate app.
What now?
That's who they really want showcasing their sport.
They are going to have the Yankees and Astros today instead. And then, Doug, your nightcap, Cubs and Rangers.
That's on ESPN?
Aye.
I thought maybe they were backing off to not want to go up against the NCAA tournament.
They're looking to kind of get out of their Major League Baseball interest altogether.
Yeah, how about that? ESPN's bailing on MLB.
They're kind of like, we've seen... I mean, they've kind of been slowly doing that for years now.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense necessarily, since most local games are on TV anyway. So when you can watch the Cardinals all the time, are you really that excited to see a national game involving 2 teams?
It meant a lot back when I was growing up in the 80s, I remember.
Right.
They have the Saturday game of the week. There used to be like Monday Night Baseball. Do you remember that? There was a time for that. I guess they were trying to copy the Monday Night Football thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't matter, no. It's a regionalized game as far as interest goes.
Mm-hmm.
Football, you got 2 teams that you have no interest in, but they're good teams or with big star power. People watch.
They always try to sell the national game as it's the Yankees and the Red Sox. And they're on every time, every week. And it just doesn't do that much for me.
If you send the same text in over and over to an HD2 radio show, you're a loser! It's from Steven Time. Okay. Tim Iggy is sleeping again, and he sent in a screenshot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell that you're sleeping there. You're just looking down.
My head is down. I mean,
pick your head up. Don't get your dauber down. That's bad.
Hey, hi, everybody. Look, my eyes are wide open.
Okay.
No, everyone won't frown him on Twitter. Just trolls like you. That's it. 10 dorks. Beer Cats. Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month. January.
I don't know if you've been on Twitter. It's all Cardinal bashing. It's not just 10 dudes, but I appreciate the text.
You don't appreciate it at all. You just said that to try to soften your words.
I don't know what else to say. We talked about on this show how we haven't seen so much hate for a team.
It's either
in
hate
St.
or
Louis.
apathy. The thing that I think is more dangerous for any business is apathy. You know? I mean,
This is the least amount of optimism around the beginning of a season that I can remember.
Because the worst season before last year's was 2007, and they were coming off a world championship. And also, in fairness to that season, Carpenter had an injury in the very first game, Sunday Night Baseball against the Mets, if my memory serves. So that went off the rails in the first game with an injury. Well, here you have injuries, but there wasn't a lot of optimism before the injuries. Furthermore, to start the season, they've got some really tough opposition. So you got a bunch of things going on here. And if they could if they could win 3 or 4 in Los Angeles, I wonder what I'm sure there's numbers on that, what the odds are.
If you were to look at it optimistically, you could say they do have
plus 1,200.
four
plus 1,200 if they were to win 3 or 4.
I'll say plus 1,200.
They have 4 very young players that all have big upsides that could become stars in Walker, Wynn, Gorman, and Scott. That's the hope, that those 4 really blossom into being difference-maker type players, and then they've got something. If those 4 are as good as we think they could be, and you put them with Arenado and Goldschmidt, and just get average starting pitching, you could have a playoff team.
And I know we needed pitching. They needed pitching. I'm sorry I said we. They needed pitching, so that's where they were going to spend all their money. But at what point is this another year where, we go back to Piscotty and Grichuk, we want our young guys to play. We want our young guys to play. It's been going on since then. And has there been one that's really come out and been great?
Pujols.
That was well before Pujols, well after Pujols.
Yeah, but that's the hope, is that you give somebody, a young guy, a chance who tore it up in the minor leagues and they become stars.
But they've been doing that for a while, and every year it's the same thing. Yeah. Mix and matching in the outfield with our young guys.
Yeah, well, every team does that. You have to have some young guys. You can't pay everybody $20 million a year off the free agent list.
No, that's why I said they had to spend it all on pitching. But even if they had 4 starters that were locked in, I still don't think they'd have gone out and got an outfielder.
No.
Because they're going to give our young guys a shot again.
Yeah.
And I guess they did get Fowler one year, and they did get, what's his name, Ozuna. So they have done it.
They've tried, yeah.
I think we're going to probably watch Hicks dominate with the Giants, Palacios dominate with the Rays, and we're going to see 2 more guys.
Garcia will be an MVP with the Rangers. Rosarena, runner-up with the...
Palacios is projected to bat 6 for the Rays. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
they just get rid of the wrong young players.
Well, you can make a strong argument that that's the case, yeah.
God, I wish I could watch that game today. I want to see Ohtani play.
You could
MLB Network.
You go to a tavern.
Can you?
MLB Network.
Good.
Blacked out here, though.
Yeah.
Don't you have a tavern by your home, Iggy, that you could go and pull up a bar stool?
Sit in a bar and watch a baseball game.
Well, how about Applebee's?
No.
Texas Roadhouse.
How about a bowling alley?
Load up on that.
Maybe I'll turn it on the radio and listen to John Rooney.
How about a golf course? You go to a golf course and have a hot dog and have a TV on there. And
yeah, it's going to be 65, 67 today. Maybe I'll just go sit out. Maybe Normandy's TV still works.
Well, Normandy's closed.
Yeah, maybe they got the clubhouse still open.
It won't be. Find another golf course, public. Go in, have yourself a hot dog, and sit and watch the game for an hour or so. Is that a
Maybe I will,
possibility?
Doug.
Okay.
I doubt it, but maybe I will.
Do you have a neighbor that you could go and crash and
I
say,
don't
hey?
have any neighbors.
I thought you had lots of neighbors.
They don't watch baseball. Usually cricket.
Oh,
But if baseball, so it's blacked out on MLB Network, so Bailey's is the only option?
If your IP address is in the St. Louis region, yeah.
Biff says he's on hold now on the phones. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You want to talk to him, Doug?
Well, sure. Let's hear what Biff has to say. Maybe he's got some thoughts on the upcoming baseball
He
campaign.
texted you to tell you he's on hold?
Yes, he did. Hello, Biff. Oh, no.
Again, he fell asleep.
Biff!
Hello.
Yes, are you there?
Hi, man. How are you?
Well, we're all doing fine. How are you doing?
What's the word today?
Well, we're just kicking around the Cardinal chances for the season.
Yeah, I'm betting the Cardinals. I'm taking the plus runs.
Today, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus 8.5?
Yeah, I'm on that circuit thing that Jackson promotes. I like that.
Oh,
that
damn.
stuff.
Plus 8.5 runs. Are they going to lose 9 and
Well,
9 to nothing?
8.5 runs, well, that was the points. Or the run total.
Over-under.
Over-under. Yeah. I think that's a good bet, too. I think the Dodgers could get 9.
Yeah, I kind of do like that. You got to tell the over. I mean, whether it be Cardinals or Dodgers. I mean, the Cardinals have a good lineup. I think.
Yeah.
The issue is the pitching. But then that helps getting the over because that means the Dodgers get to face the Cardinal pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the plus 1.5. Plus 1.5, and I took the over, Tim.
Oh,
There it is. Those plays have been submitted, Doug.
You have any hot takes, Biff? Any hot opinions that we haven't heard for a while?
Tim, I'm over on the east side this weekend. They got oil wrestling on the east side at Penthouse.
Oh, yeah? How was that?
No, it's coming up this coming.
Oh, nice. For the Easter weekend.
Nothing says Christ rising from the dead like gore wrestling.
Right. So you're going to go over there?
Oh yeah, get a good steak. Get a good steak beforehand, and sit right alongside and watch.
Well, the oil flies. You're going to be eating a steak.
Yeah.
Is it olive oil? You can dab the steak on their breast.
Oh,
put it back in the frying pan.
Where have you guys been going for food stuffs lately in the city?
You like that,
Food
Doug? Food
stuffs.
stuff? You like that, Doug?
Yeah.
Nothing fancy for me. Chick-fil-A a couple times.
Tim had Carl's the other day.
I did.
Oh,
I had
that's
Carl's
right.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Went to Peacemaker with my wife 2 Saturdays ago. Was supposed to go to Paulie Botto's over this weekend for her dad's birthday, but I was not feeling great this weekend. My kids were sick last week. My wife was sick, so it hit me, Doug, on Saturday.
Did it?
Yeah. So just my wife and her parents went to Paulie Botto's.
Oh.
You ever go to Paulie Botto's, Biff?
I've not been there. Where's that at?
Where would you say? Is it? I don't know.
Chesterfield?
Is it Chesterfield?
I think it might be.
It's off Olive in like 141-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what do you get at the Peacemaker? That's a great place, Tim.
Oh, lobster roll. Lobster roll.
Oh, really?
Is that what you get, Plowhawk?
Oh, yeah, although we do get oysters as well for an appetizer in the fire.
It's an aphrodisiac.
Any
Not
new
the
places?
fried, the
Any
raw.
new places to eat downtown there by where you live, Biff?
Well, this is a local thing. They just put one in at Ballpark Village recently. Katie's Pizza and Pasta. Have you been
Oh,
there?
my gosh,
Oh, yeah.
it's bomb.
Yeah, that's good.
Katie's is great.
Yeah, did you know there's one at Ballpark Village?
Yeah, and it's beautiful, too. It's really nice.
It's huge. You been there, Plowboy? The place is
Yeah.
enormous, isn't it?
Yeah, Madison loved going out there for lunch as well. She big fan.
Are you hanging around at Ballpark Village a lot just to kind of show yourself off?
Doug, I'm there every day. I walk over there every day. I'm actually building a restaurant in Ballpark Village right
You
now.
are. Which one?
It's a local resident. She lives at 1 Cardinal Way, and she's named it Fielder's Choice.
Oh, I like that.
And you're the contractor.
Yep. Started from scratch. There was 2 spaces left over there untaken, and she took one of the last 2 spaces. And we'll have it open at the end of April. We've been there about a month now. It's going to be a nice little sit-down restaurant, cafe. She's going to be the only one that has breakfast over there. So she might have a corner on the market for the early crowd, you know?
Huh. We better hurry up and get that done. You don't want to miss out on too much of the baseball season.
Right. Well, we just got started about a month ago. We'll have it done about the end of April for her, and she's gonna have she has bagels flown in every day from New York, and she steams them to make them soft, and she has bagel sandwiches for breakfast and lunch, and then she's gonna have a dinner menu and an ice cream shop. It's gonna be a really neat little place.
We can't make a decent bagel in St. Louis. You got to fly them in from New York.
Correct. That's what I've been told.
Huh.
Yep.
Bagels for dinner?
I think it's a different dinner menu, but yeah, neat. It's gonna be a neat place. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And then there's also an Auntie Anne pretzel going in there too, Playboy.
Wow.
Yep, things are happening, Doug.
That's an
Yeah.
aphrodisiac.
City's really come to life.
This city's booming.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, have
pretty
you
cool.
ever been to the Shamrock Playboy right there on Broadway, right down from Oyster Bar?
You know, I don't know if I have.
That bar's been there forever. It's kind of came and gone a few times, but it's been there forever. It's right past Oyster Bar on Broadway, but they got a really good, really mean wood-fired pizza.
Oh my
If you like
God!
good wood-fired pizza, you know.
I'm a big fan. I like to hit all the good haunches there in downtown, Doug. So
Don't say
we got-
haunches.
We got Biff, whose feet are on the ground there downtown.
Right. Even building more places for us to go.
Right?
Yeah.
You going to have a little party for Billy Joel and Sting when they come?
Yeah, sure. When is that, Iggy?
September, I think.
Yeah, we'll have a barbecue on the balcony.
Yeah,
You're
save
welcome
me
to come,
a
sir.
spot for that.
Yeah, no problem. We'll crack out the filet mignons and the lobster tails.
You having an opening day party? Perhaps some sort of clam bake.
Yeah.
Bing Crosby used to
Oh,
have
yeah,
it.
you were here for the lobster boil this last
Well, it
fall.
was, yeah. Lobster boil. That was great. It was great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Goldfinger killed spear gunning about 100 lobsters when we cooked them up, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a fun night.
Where was that at?
When was
On my
that at?
balcony.
No, when did he spear 100 lobsters?
Every summer he goes to somewhere and scuba dives and spear guns lobsters, and then we cook them up.
Oh, he must be down there for a while because I think there's only 5 a day you're allowed to get.
Yeah, he goes for like a month, I think. You know, he's got time to kill.
I got to get him one of those
Got
trips.
Money to burn, time to kill. Yeah, yeah. What other topics are you guys on today?
Well, you have to listen. You have to listen to get the topics.
What
We
topic?
can't repeat our whole show that's been on an hour and a half.
You're supposed to come up with topics when you call. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. What'd you think of that bridge that fell down? That was kind of boomer, wasn't it? A boom boom. That big bridge that fell
definitely
down in
boom.
Baltimore.
Yeah. Just hope it wasn't terrorism.
That's what I said. They sure haven't talked. They sure haven't said much about that, have they? But
Yeah.
that sure looks like it was done on purpose, doesn't it?
I don't know enough about it to know if it was, but sure hope it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible. They said it'd take them years to rebuild it. Took them 5 years to build
Yeah.
it the first time.
Oh, good God! Wow. Huh. That's something else.
Yeah.
Well, any chance for the Blues to make playoffs? What do you give
we
them?
gotta go around the dais. No, not much chance anymore.
Doug Old Sonny's out now.
Sonny's out for the whole year and most of next year too, probably. 6 points down with only about 10 to play. I don't think their chances are very good at this point. No.
Yeah. You dang.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right. Well, it was good hearing from you again, Biff.
I love that ending. Nice job, Biff.
You need to get
killed
out to
it.
Vegas and bring us back some stories.
Vegas. I'll get out there and find some more girls with adjectives for names. You know.
Yeah.
I like that.
That'd be nice.
I like that a lot, actually.
We had Gentle in July.
Mm-hmm.
Gentle in July they're still in my phone Rolodex, just so you know.
All right. July is more of a noun, I think, than an adjective.
It's your opinion.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you're
nouns
looking
and
at animals.
adjectives for stripper names. Yeah.
Well, all right,
Don't
Biff.
forget-
Thanks for calling.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Oil wrestling this weekend.
Oh, that's right. I had forgotten already.
Good call, Biff.
All right.
That was a great call.
He's kind of a little man about town. Where's the oil
Jerry Burger,
wrestling
let's
this
go
weekend?
burgering.
Yeah. What restaurants is he building? The hot clubs.
Tell you what, there's a new place I want to go to this weekend. I think we're about to.
Where's
I don't want
that?
to reveal it because
What do you mean you don't want to reveal it?
I guess it doesn't matter. They don't pay here. Cafe Nova.
The Cafe Nova. Where is
kind
this,
of
Paul?
Mediterranean, right off of Kings Highway, almost near the Holly Hills and Kings Highway, right by Pizza Tivoli. Supposed to have a great ambiance. We drive by it a bunch, and it looks amazing at the patio, and the food looks really good. So I think we're doing that Saturday.
Are you really?
Yeah. I think I got to. Went to City Park Grill last night. Had a smash burger. I told you boys about
Yeah,
it.
you did. You did. You're raving about it.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just bopping around town myself, Doug.
Yeah,
sounds like
let's
it.
go burgering.
Man. You're out every night of the week, Nate, it seems, these days.
What? I just want a gyro. Is that what it's called? The proper term
Gyro?
for it? Gyro?
Yeah.
Gyro? Gyro? Thank you. They have good gyro options there at Cafe Nova that I'm excited about.
I have trouble eating a lamb.
No, is that right?
Yeah, I think
Such
I
a
was
sweet little animal. I can't eat a lamb.
so good. Oh, lamba. It's
Nothing
so
better.
good. It's one of the better meats.
Nice rack of lamb.
It feels like I'd be eating a dog or something. I don't want to do that.
Very little mint sauce.
Little mint sauce.
Very little.
I don't know.
Jackson, are you able to find a series price on the Cardinals and Dodgers? I haven't been able to find it. I've been looking.
Yeah, I've been looking as well, and I could not see one.
Wow.
I went
That's
to
usually
multiple
something you
different
can
books.
bet, yeah.
Usually in the middle of the season, it doesn't matter what series it is. They'll let you bet on the series odds, but have not found one yet for the Cardinals or Dodgers. And Dodgers, I should say.
Thank you. Tell me about Mark Hanna. You can find him, can't you?
Yeah, that's a lot easier. EvergreenSTL.com right there, Tim. You can start working with Mark Hanna like I work with Mark Hanna. Doug works with Mark Hanna. Prod Joe works with Mark Hanna. Iggy's gotten some advice from Mark
Helped me
Hanna.
out a bunch.
Yeah, a number of
There you
our
go.
listeners. So many people will tell you that Mark Hanna is the best because the way he communicates his message with his client, he is full of financial wisdom. I think that's very apparent when he comes on the show on Wednesdays. He presents Jeremy Rutherford. You see him. He's got a wonderful head of hair. Oftentimes comes in with a really nice trimmed beard. But what he can do for you and your finances is world class. He built out a custom plan for you. He learns about you, the individual. That's the difference right there. He doesn't just give you a cookie cutter plan. He learns about you, helps you make a plan, informs you about everything. And then if you have to change it down the road, because we all know life likes to throw a lot of curveballs at you, you can get on the phone with Mark Hanna, change it up, and you'll feel better getting off the phone than when you get on it. And to me, that's worth everything. That's why I love working with Mark Hanna, and that's why you love working with him as well.
314-889-0503. Go online at EvergreenSTL.com. If you're injured in a car accident and you need an attorney, you need the best one you can find. If any of my family or friends are ever injured in an accident, I want them to call Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo at Longo Biggs Injury Law. For nearly 10 years, Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo have been recognized as the top 40 under 40 personal injury lawyers by Super Lawyers, the National Academy of Personal Injury Attorneys, and the National Trial Lawyers Association. In a personal injury case, there can be a substantial amount of money on the line. And these guys know how to get every last dollar possible. They're smart, they're tough, and they're aggressive, and they routinely get high-dollar settlements, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million settlements, you name it. They've gotten it while fighting for their clients. Doug and CD are local, friendly, professional, and most importantly, excellent personal injury lawyers. They're online at longobiggs.com. That's LONGOBIGGS.com. And they are both participating in the Jennings Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship. And Doug, a month from today, is this when you start to kind of ratchet up your preparation? You start really focusing on 3 hours of short game work?
I haven't done anything yet.
But today you'll start because of the month away?
Probably not, although I should. 3 hours of short game work?
Yeah, minimum. I mean...
Every day?
I mean, if you want to win the Fan Page Club Championship, it's up to you.
If you want to lose it, you get there 20 minutes beforehand, smoke a couple bowls in the parking lot, and then show up.
Right.
Well, I'll do that part without the smoking of the bowls part.
So that's how I show about 20 minutes. If I have time to hit, I'll hit. If I have time to get a couple slaps in with the putter.
Couple slaps?
I like that, slaps in. Hey, I got the Reluctant Cuck sending in information on... So since it's a 4-game series, maybe that's why we're not finding it, Jackson, but he found a book that would take it based on the first 3 games of the series, so that's how they do it.
Okay, I was like, I guess it's because it's not a 3-way, that the tie, if they 2-2'd it, you'd just be a push, but first 3 games make sense.
So the Cardinals to win the series is plus 325, and that is the highest series price of any team. In other words, the Cardinals are the biggest underdogs. Doug, if you like the Dodgers to win 2 of the first 3, or all 3 for that matter, you'll have to pay $425 to win 100.
Oh, I don't want to.
Yeah, that number plus 325 doesn't move me to wager.
Mm.
No, I don't want the Cardinals to do poorly. I don't want to root against them.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that I'm like. I would take the under on Missouri at 9.5 this year. I'm not saying that I think they'll be bad, but I'm just saying I think it's going to be very difficult to go 10-2, and or better. And I think that's where my money would. Well, I don't think that's where my money would go. Feel good about that. As a matter of fact, as much as I wish I didn't. But I'm not going to bet it because I'm going to be pulling for him in every game. You know what I mean? So you don't want to. I mean, unless you just don't really care, then make your money. Or you can go emotional risk management. That's up to you. But in the first series of the season, I don't have a whole lot of emotions tied to it. So do with that what you want. Hawk, I'll bring some green to the FPCC. Will match. That's from Smitty.
Right.
Smitty's going to bring some green.
And he's matching, Doug.
Is Smitty, is that the swinger?
Yeah.
Smitty? Mr. Smith.
Yeah, Mr. Smith. Good for him.
You interested in
Excited.
swinging with him?
Nah.
Just doing the green.
Yeah, that's about as crazy as I get, Doug. I like to stay confined to my little box.
Maybe Mr. and Mrs. Smith should get in on that orgy with Brianna Coppage.
Oh, I couldn't. For a second, I thought you meant I invited some orgy. I didn't remember.
Doug, have you heard there's going to be an orgy?
Did you put that on the fan page by chance?
I forgot to.
There's like a 10-step
I
process.
forgot to. I do remember seeing the text from you yesterday. Here, I can.
That's funny because there'll probably be a couple that'll try to get in there, but.
What is the point of promoting the orgy?
I'm not promoting it.
Why, this is no, I know, but I mean, like, why do they want you to promote? Look how long this text is.
Yeah, it didn't make
he
any
wants me to cut and paste and put on the
It didn't
fan
make any
page.
sense. When I answered, I said, "Yeah, whatever you need." Just being nice, but there's, I don't. You know more people in that industry than I do. Not you, but I mean swings and Brianna. Put it on your Twitter account. I don't know any people that are big time swingers.
You don't.
Not here.
Oh, so this is from Erica and Drew? Is that?
No, it was, yeah, Drew sent me that.
Well, would you like to find a partner and be a part of this orgy yourself?
No.
Megan Gaither is really looking forward to it. She's never been with anybody more than one person at a time. How about that?
Really?
Yeah. That was surprising for somebody who's been making a career out of OnlyFans.
I missed that one. I stayed on for a little bit. I didn't stay on for the whole 90 minutes, but I was on for a little bit.
Yeah, she's really excited about this orgy, Doug. May 11th, as you know.
Okay.
Does she like women?
I didn't know.
Yeah, she's bisexual.
Oh, is she?
Brianna acknowledged she's more in the gay for pay category.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, I hated to hear it. And I scolded her for it.
But hasn't she been with, haven't they been together in a video?
They have. Gay for pay.
So she just did it for the money.
Right.
But.
Isn't all of this just for the money?
No, it's real and it's hot.
It isn't real. It's all just for the money.
But Megan.
You don't want to hear that.
Megan enjoyed it?
I didn't get an orgasm count, but she is bisexual.
Yeah, I don't. There's no reason for me to promote it because I'd be promoting it to nobody because. I mean,
Well, there's only going to be 9 people in it, so this isn't like a 500-person thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a lot of things you have to go through to
Doug,
get
are
to
you
be.
willing to go through the orientation process?
Hell
May
no.
11th?
Just for the chance to
You
be
have the
picked.
Fan Page Club Championship on April 28th, and then you can focus on the orgy on May 11th.
Are they looking for more people? Or are they just looking for people
That's
to
the
pay
thing I
the
don't
money
understand.
to watch
Like, what's the point of promoting it if they've already said 9 people?
I feel like it's probably for the video that will come out afterwards.
I see.
Like, hey, buy this video because
Was it
a lot
coming
of
out
hot,
in 4K?
hot
Like-
people.
Well, I don't know. The stuff he sent me was for people that are interested in being part of it.
Oh, really?
Because he sent me all the things you need to do to even be, they don't have everybody picked. What they're doing is they're going to pick, 4 couples, 4 other couples or whatever.
I think he was trying to entice you to join in there.
No, he didn't.
It's like the movie Invincible. Open tryouts for anybody.
Yeah, there's like,
You could be a walk-on.
and I think he said you have to
Vince
be,
Papale.
you have to be a member of OnlyFans and
oh, really?
some other things too. So, there's no reason for me to promote it. I don't know any of those people.
But promote it nonetheless you did.
No, I haven't told you where to go to
No,
sign
but you
up.
brought
or
it up
things like
here
that.
several times.
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be kind of interesting.
That's promoting it.
I'm talking about it. I'm not promoting it. Hey, go do it. Here's what you need to do. You need to be a part of it. I'm just saying it's going to be kind of fun.
But just by talking about it, you're
Oh,
promoting
God.
it. Because people now know that it's out there and it's happening. They can look into it themselves.
Promoting it, he wanted me to promote how to get involved in it.
And you're going to get involved.
Not how to watch it. He hasn't given me anything like that.
Are you going to work out, get in shape before you're in this?
I'm not part of it. Now, if they needed a second shooter, I'd probably go shoot it. But
Nice.
if they're just going to do a one-camera shoot on a tripod, but if they want somebody in there with the action, I'll do the second shoot.
How about the first shoot? Would you do that?
They would, because I would do commentary too. I'd be Spielberg.
Wouldn't that be fun to have, Doug?
Yeah,
I don't think
add to it.
Track.
I don't think they want
guys,
it
I
ruined.
like that you're not promoting this orgy that you've talked about every single day. That's from Uncle Wally's plastic ear.
We talked about it. We don't promote it. If we talk about a Cardinal game, are we promoting the Cardinals? We're talking about it.
Uncle Wally had a great plastic ear, by the way.
And now it texts in about orgies.
Yeah, you couldn't even tell which was the ear that was plastic and which was...
I don't think they want it to be fun, because I could make it fun.
You could.
If I was doing the second shoot with a handheld walking around, Jimmy, get the leg higher. Oh, that's it, buddy. That's it, buddy.
That would be fun.
Old Peg Leg Strode can't wait for the leak of this orgy video. That's from Tervis Parish.
I don't have to leak. They put so much stuff on Twitter nowadays.
Well,
I mean, Erica Swings is putting videos up every day on Twitter.
I feel like now it's not going to be fun because you're not going to be there.
Well, why would I be there?
You said you could make it fun.
I could be, but I'm not sure that's what they're after.
Oh.
They don't want somebody making fun and having fun with it. They just want to have straight sex. Come on, buddy, moan a little bit. Give me some moan. Oh, there you go, buddy.
Stop directing Spielberg.
There you go, buddy.
Now, would you be willing to sit in the crowd? Maybe pull up a chair?
I don't believe they're going to have an audience. Maybe they should sell tickets.
Doug, would you go?
No.
There's a moneymaker. If you can't join us on OnlyFans, $15 to get in the door. I could sell popcorn and stuff, make a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
Tableside Caesar salads. Some flambés. Imagine you walk in there, it's this just swinger board, and you got a kind of a sous chef with little lantern to make the flambés, and you're just serving up salad to the patrons.
Icky comparing talking about an orgy with the local swinger group to talking about the St. Louis baseball team is peak self-awareness. That's from the Chicago Ginger.
It's just self-awareness. It's just because you talk about something doesn't mean you're promoting it.
Well, kind of it does.
No, if I'm promoting it, I'm going to tell people where they can go to find it, how you can get involved,
You're
how you
dying
can
to
sign
tell us
up.
too, aren't you?
No, because I don't remember it all. It was the text was so long. I just sent it to Tim.
It literally looked
We
like
put it on the fan page because we had a lot of people signing up for that.
it looked like instructions to like find like national treasure. Like it was that intricate. There's a lot of steps to do. And you're not even guaranteed after following these steps, it says on there, to even get in.
Well, if they're in this community already, wouldn't you think it wouldn't be that hard to find 9 people, 8 or 9 other people?
I would think so. Well, they know what kind of a reach we have at the show. I mean, we pretty much gave her 1 million followers.
We gave her 1 million
We
followers?
handed
1 million?
No, we had her on before KMOV or anybody else.
KMOV had to sit
But
down with her in the
1 million followers?
They gave the other million.
$1 million.
Templeton sat down.
I don't think so.
Weather guy?
He's trying to get out.
You'd be stretched thin, Doug, if the weather guy's interviewing OnlyFans.
Yeah. Must be pretty nice weather that day that they don't have to worry about any alerts.
Well, they know we're the show of record when it comes to Brianna Coppage.
That's a big topic everyone else is fighting to get.
Yeah, she came on our show first and let us know first that she lost another job and her mental health wasn't really good right now and she wasn't sure if she wanted to continue this, and then everybody else picked up on it, but we were the first to do that.
We're the news leader, frankly.
And then she made the big time. She was on KSHE the other day.
That's bigger time than us.
Oh, I think so. I mean, bigger station, been all longer than us. And AD and the middle-aged giant, they're good people.
You going to bop on down there again sometime soon? Maybe to
I don't know. I'm thinking
try to
about
own this story again, the Coppage story.
I don't like bothering people. Just like when I sent out a mass email last week about Megan Meyer Foundation Trivia Night, if Hubbard wanted to put a table together, because our theme is music. So it'd be kind of cool if Hubbard put a table together with all the stations, Arch, WIL, The Point, KSHE, put like hoodies and stickers on the table. But I hate doing that. But I wouldn't mind going on the other stations sometime before Trivia Night, just promote it to the other stations. But I don't like doing that.
But you have to as president of this organization.
No, a couple times Riz has said, come in and talk about it, so I didn't invite myself. No. So if somebody wants to ask me, hey, you want to come in and promote it, I will. But I'm not going to say, hey, can I come on your show and promote it?
Yes, I understand that. But you will promote an orgy that doesn't involve anybody here.
I haven't promoted it.
You've talked almost nonstop about it for 2 days.
3.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 4, actually.
Oh, Plowhawk, are you in the texted?
I'm not yet.
God, one of these days I'm going to open that thing up.
You ought to see it.
It's a minefield.
I mean, the Doug, there is rage.
Watch your step.
Take your pick.
Yeah, you can spin the wheel on this one.
Somebody do a live read.
Oh.
I literally cannot take it anymore. It's
See
a
ya.
big tough.
See ya, buddy.
Is he out?
Iggy thinks this show has 1 million listeners. That's from the 314.
I don't think that's what I said.
You hate promoting the event of the organization you're president of. However, you will ask for free golf. That's from Chairman Steve.
No, I said I hate bothering other shows to promote it. That's what I said. Get my. If you're gonna trash me about something, just make sure you get it right.
I should. Yeah.
Tim, can we start acting like you're going to a break so the stale crumpet gets up and leaves for 13 minutes? Then once the door closes, we all can exhale a sigh of relief. That's from Steven Time.
Stale crumpet. That's a new one.
They're running out of terms for me. They're just making things up now.
Ashen sweet potato?
Catcher's mitt?
Leather.
They were all hurtful, weren't they?
No, they're all coming from terms of endearment, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you're subjected to this.
I would like to hear a new one. Crumpet's a new one. I like crumpets.
Here's something new. Ahmad Rashad texted in. Oh, yes. Shut him up. That's from Ahmad Rashad.
Oh.
Yeah. How's Felicia?
Didn't they part?
I think so. God, his daughter is gorgeous, though.
Well, Felicia was, too.
Yeah, but his daughter was on, was it Billions she was on?
I think it was Billions.
God, she's beautiful.
Okay. She's not on OnlyFans, though, probably, right?
I wouldn't think so. She did just do some nudity in a movie, though.
She did.
Yeah.
And figures you would know about it.
Yeah, when I saw her in Billions, I said, I wonder if she's ever naked. I go to AZ Nude, and there's a movie she did where she's nude.
Yeah. That's your first thought whenever you see a woman, I wonder if she's been naked.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't like to bother people. It has to be the biggest fallacy ever spoken on this show. This guy's concept of self-awareness is so shockingly lacking. Oh, my God. That's from the Table Rock Lake Monster.
Who have I bothered on other shows?
A Table Rock Lake Monster, you can go to the front of the line on the phone lines, the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004-TMA.
I'm sure I bother a lot of listeners by being on this show, but who do I bother on other shows?
I don't know.
Is the Table Rock Lake Monster called in, Jackson?
Nah.
When you were bopping down to KC, I don't know if you bothered them or not.
Not when they're on the air, I don't.
We bother them when they're off the air.
Every once in a while, I'll go in and say hi to Favaz or Donnie Fandango if I'm still here.
Just to kibitz a little bit.
Yeah. Other than that, they're friends. I haven't seen them in a while. I go in and say hi.
Yeah.
God forbid.
People don't like, listeners don't like that, apparently.
No, they're not used to people being nice to them in their lives. So when somebody's nice, that's bothering somebody.
A woman has shared how she and her husband initiate intimacy in the bedroom. Influencer Jessica Wilson from, did you say Brisbane?
Brisbane, yeah, I guess.
Australia?
Brisbane? It looks like Brisbane.
It does.
Brisbane.
Shared with her 71,600 followers earlier this week that she uses a candle to communicate with her husband, Philip, that she wants to have sex. She explained how simple the system works. If the candle is lit after 7 p.m., that's the sign for Philip to make his move. Jessica admitted the concept began after being too scared to ask her husband for sex. Quote, I used to be frigid, okay? I used to be so frigid, she said in her video. I never used to make the move, the first move. You wouldn't catch me dead making a first move in my marriage. I would just wait for him to come to me, and if he didn't, even if I wanted him to, I would just lay there, Jessica added. After realizing the lack of communication wasn't working, the influencer came up with a candle solution. We had to introduce something else, something to help open a conversation without physically being like, I want you to F me, she continued. I put a candle next to the bed, and I was like, if this is lit after 7 p.m., this is your green light. This is my move, my signal, so that you can come in and make the move. The woman went on to encourage her frigid followers to follow the method with their partners. Quote, if you are also a frigid bee who wants to get laid but doesn't want to ask for it, light a candle. Let him know. If the candle is lit, so is my... And then it says C asterisk T. Jessica is a Queensland-based influencer who shares content about her home and family life. She also owns Bloom Store, a company that sells photo albums, baby books, and keepsakes.
That's the end of the story.
I have one question. When you
that
light the
was
candle.
one of the worst we've had.
Well,
It's been a while since I've hated a story.
She obviously
And I
doesn't
hate
know the
this one.
definition of frigid. I was frigid. I needed a candle lit. The frigid has nothing to do with being afraid to ask for sex. Frigid is you don't want to have sexual intercourse and you can't have an orgasm.
Frigid in Australian slang means someone who abstains from sexual encounters.
Yeah, so you're abstaining from it. So what is it? A candle makes you not abstain?
Yeah.
I'm abstaining from sex. Light the candle, then I will. It makes no sense to use the word frigid.
You're upset
She
by this.
She was frigid.
So once she started lighting the candle, she wasn't frigid anymore?
Candle warm things up, I guess.
The candle was the signal to her gentleman caller to make his move. She was uncomfortable being the initiator.
Yeah, I get that, but you're not frigid. Frigid means you just don't want to have sex and you can't have orgasms. I can't have an orgasm until the candle is lit and he makes the move.
Cut that off.
Are you saying that for your own personal life, or you're
I
commenting
like
on the
candles
story?
when I have sex.
Do you?
But I don't need them to. I'm not frigid.
But I thought you made it clear to all of your lovers that you were just going to lay there.
You're not going to do anything.
Back when I was having sex, I lit candles.
But now you're frigid.
No, I'm not frigid. I just don't want to do any work. It's not frigid. It's lazy.
It could be the same thing.
No, it's lazy.
You're not proud of being lazy, are you?
No. I'm just to the point where I don't want to work at it.
Because you've had so many.
And I'm getting older. I just don't want to. You're staring at me for it. I'm just.
Well,
that's the end of it.
for the explanation.
That is the end of it. That's why I'm lazy and I don't want to work at it anymore. I don't care if I have sex anymore.
Why is he choosing this hill to die on? That's from Susie Cream Cheese.
What hill?
Susie Cream Cheese, you're up after Table Rock Lake Monster.
Yeah, don't make statements. And what hill? The frigid part?
I don't know.
Go look at the definition. It doesn't mean I need somebody else to ask me to have sex. That's not the definition of frigid.
Tell us about how you had sex with your aunt.
God, that sounds creepy, actually.
Disagree with him so we can move on. That's from Stephen Wildwood.
Well, if you disagree with me, it won't move on. We'll keep going.
No, he says just agree.
Oh, there you go. That
Okay,
makes
you're
sense.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Guys, the nose whistles have returned. That's from Susie Cream Cheese. She's calling.
No, they haven't.
You run out of stuff, so you just bring that up again.
Billion Harpoon also says, I hear whistles.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not even. When I talk, I'm right here. When I don't talk, I'm over here. Does my nose go that way?
Oh, gosh. Don't ever make that snorting sound.
Bill. Oh, Bill.
Gosh, that snorting sound was difficult.
We welcome you to email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Collier and Thompson, phone line 636-9004 TMA. And, of course, texting into the Jeff Lotman, Compass Realty, text inbox 314-881 TMA 5. It is 9:05 in St. Louis on March 28th, 2024. We get ready for the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour. After this break, and then Balloon Party at 10 o'clock on 101 ESPN. This is TMA, presented to you by Brian Krupp.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill. I'm in love.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority, bringing people and properties together. To get started, call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
Temperatures are finally warming up here in St. Louis, and while that means more fun in the sun, it could also spell disaster for your lawn. Rain equals spring weeds, and now is the best time to get ahead of it. Green Envy has been here in St. Louis for more than a decade, servicing and treating lawns just like they would their very own. Crabgrass can lay dormant for years until the conditions are right, and the massive amounts of moisture we've had is sure to wake up even the oldest crabgrass seeds. Green Envy only uses products that have been formulated for Missouri soil, weather conditions, and turf types, not national generic products that are insufficient and ineffective. Let the experts at Green Envy help you choose the best treatment program for your lawn this season. Phone lines are open 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 9 to 1 to take your calls and answer questions. Call Green Envy today at 636-757-1600 or visit greenenvylawns.com and make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood.
John, I'm so tired of this kitchen. We haven't updated anything since we moved in. The stove looks like it's from the 90s, and the rest isn't. Are you even listening to me?
Did you say something, honey? Yeah, no, kitchen's fine. We have cabinets. There's food in the cabinets. We're good.
Oh my God.
Guys, if this sounds a little familiar, trust me, your wife is probably right. It's time for a remodel. Collier & Thompson is the company to trust. Not just for kitchens and bathrooms, but for any interior remodeling job. Need a new man cave? Collier & Thompson. Office? Collier & Thompson. Bar? You got it. Collier & Thompson. They even do wine rooms and fireplace walls. Collier & Thompson is your go-to source for every design consideration. They carry the best cabinets, appliances, and countertops in the business. And better yet, it's all under one roof. No need to drive around to 5 to 10 different businesses for one job. At Collier & Thompson, they do it all. Their showroom is on Manchester Road in Baldwin, right next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Let Collier & Thompson bring your dream remodel to reality and come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
This is wide receiver Luther Burden III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carlton.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burden III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
They call me Stacy. Doug, you wanted the Ting Tings, and the Plowhawk said, I got some Ting Tings for you.
I'm going to play a Cardinal song, but who cares?
How could you miss not playing a Cardinal song on opening day?
Because you wanted the Ting Tings.
I didn't want the Ting Tings. I wanted Waka 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 Waka. I wanted that one.
Like 1,500 miles away, man.
We're the Ting Tings.
Oh.
Doug, tell Iggy why you like the Ting Tings so much.
Well, it sounds like a junior high glee club has gotten together and made a little song.
This song rocks.
Jackson likes Ting Tings.
Loves this song.
And you don't like Glowworm.
I like Glowworm.
Is this where Henshin's name came from?
No, that was from your favorite ASM, what do they call him, ASM artist?
Oh, okay. Ting Ting.
Ting Ting.
No, the Ting Tings are they're together. We talked about this a few weeks ago.
Maybe they took their name from Ting Ting.
Doug, who was first, ASMR, Ting Ting, or the Ting Ting?
That song came out in like 2010.
Oh, well, then it must be these guys.
So ASMR Ting Ting came from the Ting Tings. Wow, it's like the Bill Walsh coaching tree.
Are they Asian women?
I don't
Ting
believe
Ting?
so. I believe they're British.
They're British women. And
It's
they're
a guy
very
and a
smart.
girl, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a guy on
No, I
the...
thought it was two girls.
No,
They're
that's a
together.
guy on the video.
Trust me, I would be all for it.
Oh, no. It's a guy and a girl. My bad.
Doug, a very simple percussion at the outset, and the thing that you said you wanted to hear, but we didn't get to it, is just how it just becomes a conglomerate of sounds.
Yeah. I don't know how I've missed the Ting Tings up until this point in my life. Just completely flew off my radar. And I don't know how that happens. And I'm ashamed of it.
What about ASMR Ting Ting?
I don't watch ASMR videos, but maybe I should. Maybe it would help me sleep at night.
What about mukbang?
Don't know them either.
It's where you eat food really close to a microphone. You don't talk, you just eat really like fatty foods.
Oh, that came up. Somebody in the chat while I was interviewing Brianna Coppage and Megan Gaither the other day wanted one of them to participate in that, right?
Yeah,
That's where we came.
in a mukbang, yeah.
Like you're chomping into fried chicken
Like,
or something?
yeah, eating like fat food
How do you
into
know
a
it's-
mic.
How do you know it's fat?
Well, because
that the
like
deal?
there's a video, yeah. So there's video too, and like it's usually like a massive spread of food, and someone who like weighs less than the Plowhawk doing it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that part of it.
I mean, that's not always the case, but it seems to be. And like they like wear like nitrile gloves, and it really freaks me out because they're like eating like some like Cheeto encrusted cheeseburgers.
Oh, and this is a video type thing because you wouldn't know unless it was
Yeah,
a video.
right. But the sound is what I guess relaxes people.
The sound, it would only relax the fats. Would anybody who's in any kind of shape at all get any kind of pleasure out of listening and watching people eat fat?
Well, I don't think like because you are heavy set, you're like automatically going to like it.
No.
And vice versa. Like if you're a thin man, like Plowhawk loves to eat, and he's a thin gentleman.
Well, it has nothing to do with if you're fat, you like the sound of somebody chomping on a burger.
Yeah, right.
It's everybody has their own sounds. Me, it's scissors, and a nice pencil drawing on a piece of paper, something like this.
Doug, you hard?
No.
Well, it's not a sexual
Not yet.
thing. It's just a. But some people like, you know, instead of using scissors, some girls do videos and they go, cutting your hair. I'm going to go start with the bangs. Snip, 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 and just say snip. And people, oh, I love that. What? No.
Seriously.
I like the scissors. Other people like snip, 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 snip. I don't like that.
How about the sound of a horse's hooves walking down a brick road?
Oh, yes. Revolutionary war porn.
No, I like painting too.
Painting makes almost no sound.
Yeah, but it's just the hand motion of the brush and very lightly touching the...
But you can't hear anything.
Yeah, you can sometimes on the canvas.
You hear nothing. I've painted entire walls and it doesn't make any sound.
The windows of my booth are steaming up. This conversation's so hot.
Yeah, it is hot.
Again, it's not supposed to be hot. It's just
can't help it.
It's relaxing sounds. People, and I mean, there's
Except people painting.
probably a billion people that are into ASMR.
Yeah, that you're not wrong.
1 out of 7? Is that right?
Maybe not a billion,
1
but
in 8, I guess,
mean
now.
millions.
I would say it's close to a billion people enjoy ASMR.
Come on.
I would say it's a lot. Billion with a B is a lot of people. That's 100 million millions, Doug.
Population of India.
Yeah. These are all fun facts we're throwing out now.
Why does Iggy insist on making random noises into the microphone day in and day out? That's from Jackson's roommate, Sweet Sweet Kai.
Said 10% of the global population listens to ASMR.
Is that right? That is amazing.
Be 800 million?
Yeah, close to a billion.
I'm painting walls right now. Want me to call in? That's from
Yes.
Larry Thornton.
Yes.
Yeah,
Call in and we'll listen to it.
636-9004 TMA. It'll be ASMR for us.
It depends. I can't watch, and I know it's not sexual, but at the same time, I can't watch men doing ASMR.
Then it's sexual.
No, I just find it more relaxing if it's a woman doing it. Like I like watching a woman clean.
Oh,
Really?
Man, this is...
No, if it's not
Cleaning what?
if it's not really loud stuff, but if it's something just like a little dusting. But if it's a guy dusting, I don't get into it. It doesn't give me a tingle.
Oh, gosh. Oh, brother. And cleaning will do it for you, even.
It depends what they're cleaning. I don't want loud brushing.
No.
Like a scrub brush.
Oh, I wouldn't.
But if it's a light sweeping or, dusting with a feather duster, that kind of thing. Washing a window. Yeah, it's just certain things to certain people.
All right.
I didn't know what it was.
Music to your ears.
I didn't know what it was until, I think it was Brendan Schaefer. You don't know Brendan Schaefer, covers the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
He was painting?
No, we did a show together on, before Tim took over 1380.
Before Tim ruined it?
Not 1380. No, when you came over and with...
The only thing I've ever, quote-unquote, taken over was 920.
Well, for a short period of time, you came over to 590.
In words only, sir.
All right. But when the Boots took over the state... Me, Schaefer, and God, I can't think of who else did it.
Rock.
Yeah, it was Rock. And we were just doing a show. And I was talking about this thing where I watch videos of people cutting hair, and I said, it just gives me a tingling in the back of my neck. And I guess Schaefer looked it up at the time and goes, it's called ASMR. I'd never heard of it before. I just said...
It was a revelation for
I just said, when I get a haircut, haircuts relax me.
Well, why don't you get more of them?
Well, I can just go watch the video now.
Oh.
But I didn't even know there were ASMR videos
Save
out there.
yourself $30.
Schaefer's the one that told me.
Yeah.
He looked it up because that's called ASMR.
He's a lifesaver, this Schaefer.
Yeah.
Think of the money you've saved because of Schaefer. Schaefer the Saver.
No, I need a haircut. I'm getting one next Wednesday, but...
Rain.
Well, would you like people to come up behind you right now and just with a pair of scissors and just clip, 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 clip?
It would be relaxing, but I don't want somebody just chopping up my hair. Just
Well, they wouldn't
for
even
that.
have to cut it. Just make the scissor motion.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
This has to be the only show on earth that normalizes the completely creepy personal hobbies of its fourth producer. Porn, nudity in movies, ASMR, bowling. Why are we subjected to this every day?
Yeah.
We're them.
Oh.
Some little Tommy Tribbins and Doug. It's gotten to the point that he can't handle it.
We don't have the money to put him in the Gatesworth. That's high end.
That's my favorite line now. Worth them.
There has to be a more affordable housing senior complex we could put you in.
That'd be something more affordable than where I'm living now.
Oh, Caller Buzz is out. He won a Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month, too. He's done.
Good.
I thought you liked Caller Buzz.
Not until he started bothering me at the trivia night about the phone up the ass.
Oh. He was intoxicated that night.
Yeah, they both were, and it got a little annoying.
Yeah.
Death, taxes, and Iggy telling us what gets him hard every single day. I am
Oh, we lost another one.
Who's that, Buzz?
Caller Buzz.
Yeah. See ya.
Lost another one.
That's a shame.
At least you added another one to your enemy list.
No, you're not an enemy. You just got annoyed with him.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry it's come to this.
Doug, you don't think other shows normalize the creepy personal behavior of their fourth producer?
I've not heard it. I don't hear all the shows, but I've not heard such a thing before.
Tommy Triven says we're the first of our kind.
It's not creepy, for one. I guess there's 800 million creeps out there who just enjoy ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
There are probably 800 million creeps out in this world.
Gosh, yeah,
for
probably more than
sure,
that.
Right? Like,
Some people meditate. Some people do yoga to relax. I just watch ASMR videos.
Like how many hours a day?
And sit by a fountain and drink coffee.
Simple man, Doug.
You ever do all three at the same time? Get your phone out, watch an ASMR video, have coffee while you're looking at the fountain?
No.
Well, that'd kind of be like the hat trick, wouldn't it?
No, when I'm sitting by the fountain, I don't have my phone
That could
out.
be ASMR on its own.
I'm just enjoying the peace and quiet.
Yeah. Okay. There's probably ASMR with the water going up and falling back down.
Yeah, there's nothing more relaxing than if you live by the ocean, just sitting at the beach, the ocean. There's nothing more relaxing than water.
How about when a hurricane comes?
It's not relaxing. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. That'd be the end of the relaxation. Toot sweet.
Although the first one I was in, I was out taking pictures.
Yeah. We didn't stay out there very long, though, did you?
Yeah, pretty long.
You stood out in the middle of the hurricane? When the hurricane came ashore, you were still out there?
No, we stood on our balcony and we're watching mopeds fly through the air and things like that.
Probably a dangerous thing to do.
And then we did go out body surfing like an hour after it ended. God, the waves were like 20 feet.
Well, you're a maverick that simply can't be tamed.
Well, we didn't know any better. We'd never been through a hurricane, so we didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
We figured the body surfing would just take us back into the shore, and all it did was take us in and then bring us another half a mile out. Next time we looked, we couldn't even see the beach anymore.
Well, you were lucky to get back.
We were swimming frantically.
We're lucky to have you with us today.
I'm done.
Okay.
Doug, Premier Construction Exteriors. They do roofing, siding, windows, concrete, and more. Veteran-owned and operated, a hands-on contractor. They don't subcontract all their work out to smaller companies and just tack on profit at the end price. They can work with your insurance company on the claims for storm damages to your roofing, siding, or windows. They are building their brand, a small operation that wants the best and honest solution in revitalizing your home. They're located in St. Peters, Missouri, but they're licensed in both Missouri and Illinois. Call Dan or Jay with Premier Construction Exteriors, 314-224-2543 to set up a free estimate. And there's a $500 discount for TMA listeners. Find them on Facebook at Premier Construction Exteriors. It's Premier Construction Exteriors, 314-224-2543. $500 discount for TMA listeners. Doug, could you tell people about the presenting sponsor of our 9 o'clock hour here on TMA, and that's Schaefer Door Company?
You know, I had a problem this morning. I went out to my garage, and my garage door is wide open. It's been wide open all night long. And I thought, I swear I hit that button to close it. But apparently not, or it's not working again. So my first thought was Schaefer Door Company. Yep. I need to have them out here to get this fixed.
Stat.
And then as I drove out of the driveway, luckily nothing had been stolen during the night. As I drove out of the driveway, I hit the button. Again, the door went halfway down, and then it went right back up. I said, come on, Schaefer, I need you out here, toot sweet.
So he's already yelling at the sponsor.
I hit it a third time, and now finally it went down. But clearly I've got a problem. And Schaefer Door Company deals with these kind of problems all day, every day. And they'll take care of any kind of problem you might have. The form of Schaefer spelling, I'll give that to you now because there's been some confusion. S-C-H-A-E-F-E-R. S-C-H-A-E-F-E-R, and that's their website, SchaeferDoor.com. The phone number, best to call or text, 636-782-3608. They've got fast response times. They've got people right there ready to help you, and I think I need them out to help me. They got a bunch of family members who work there and been there for many, many years. These are experts at what they do. They can handle any job, no matter how big it is. If it's garage door opener, or if it's a big industrial, business, giant garage doors. They handle those as well. Service techs are not based on commission. They're not going to come out and try to sell you anything. They're just there to fix it so you will be happy. It's SchaeferDoor.com. Schaefer Door is a Clopay Master Authorized Dealer.
There it is. Great to have Schaefer Door Company on board as the 9 o'clock hour sponsor. 8 o'clock hour is available. Studio
really?
sponsorship is available.
Okay.
I'll take you out, play golf, we'll have some drinks. I'll talk about myself for 6 hours. Can you imagine what that would be like?
Well, I can imagine it, yeah, because we get that quite a bit.
Doug, Peter Malnati, Missouri guy.
Yeah.
He is 1 under through 6 and near the top of the leaderboard.
He's hot.
And he had an exchange yesterday with the media that I think could apply to any athlete and would resonate with fans so well from any sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many people heard it. I would imagine not many, but I heard it. Oh, you heard it, Plowhawk? Mm-hmm. And I immediately sent it to Jackson for fun with audio today. Take a listen to the University of Missouri product, who just won for the first time in nearly a decade on tour this past Sunday, and once again near the top of the leaderboard in the early going this week's Houston Open. Here's Peter Malnati.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
I think at the end of the day, do you remember, like, we can all probably remember when we were kids, and we were all kids at different times, but the things that moved us, that we watched, that, like, I remember watching Jordan in the 97 Bulls. I remember watching Tiger in the 2000 Masters. I didn't care one iota what Jordan's contract was. I didn't care one iota what the winner's check at that U.S. Open was. And I think people are sick of that. I think people are just sick of the narrative in golf being about, contracts on live, purses on the tour, guaranteed comp on the tour. I think people are so sick of that. Obviously, this is a business, and to the top players who drive a lot of the value in this business, we've got to compensate them fairly. We've got to make that happen. But I think we're doing that and above and beyond. And the narrative, the storylines, the conversation needs to come back to the product on the course and what we do. No kid dreamed, when they were watching Jordan, dreamed of having his salary. They didn't care about that. They dreamed of being in that moment and hitting that shot. And I think that's what our fans care about too, and that's what they want to see. So I hope, those tears that I was crying on that 8th green had nothing to do with, my share of that. What was it, an $8.4 million purse last week? My tears had nothing to do with my share of that. I'm going to enjoy it. We're going to use it to do a lot of good in this world. But that had nothing to do with that. And I don't think our fans care about that either.
Peter Malnati,
wow.
Missouri, what do you think?
Yeah, that's awesome. What a refreshing outlook on sports in general and golf in particular.
I love it, but I don't love the analogy of, kids are kids. I bet Jordan cared about his paycheck in the 96. I'm sure Tiger cared about his paycheck in the 2000 Masters.
But when they both won, I don't think they're like, oh, good, now I've got cash.
100%.
And I think that's what he was, because I saw, I'm like, man, that was really refreshing. And I think the thing that I liked most about it is he is on the PGA's player committee, I believe. When they met with, you call him His Excellency. His name's Yasser Al-Rumayyan, but you always scold me when I don't call him His Excellency. Him and Tiger and Webb Simpson and maybe even Rory.
I think Rory left.
He's not on it. But they went over
too.
But they went over to the Bahamas last week to meet with Yasser Al-Rumayyan. And Peter Malnati's on that. Obviously not in the same class as those guys. Point being, Malnati, in what I think was a very genuine answer, just like his comments after he won on Sunday were genuine, was able to essentially cut through the BS of the dollars that for 99.9% of the population they can't possibly relate to, and talk about the things that people, when they watch sports, care about, and that is seeing somebody or a team invested emotionally just like what they hope the players are, and they really don't want to think about the dollars. Now, the reality, of course, is that the dollars are a huge part of it. But I thought one of the things that missed the mark a few years ago was like when Mickelson and Tiger played their match, and it was like the winner gets, I don't know what it was, $10 million or something like that. And while $10 million to damn near every human being is a life-changing amount of money, for those two guys, it's not, as crazy as it is. And on top of it, I don't think they were necessarily putting up their own money, so it wasn't like they were betting it. And even if they were, it wasn't necessarily going to change their lives all that much, as crazy as it sounds. And so that, I think, was a message that hit home. But he's Peter Malnati, and he's talking on the doorstep of the Texas Children's Open, so it's not like too many people are aware of it. But that's a guy who could be more of a face for a sport, whether it be golf or otherwise, because fans can pull for that kind of message.
I do believe that most of the players have said the same thing, though. You know, like Rory,
I don't think so.
Maybe not like that, but Rory has said, you know, look, it's not about the money with me. It's not about money.
But
Rahm
Rory
said
is
that before
all
he
about
moved.
But I think, Iggy, the problem with that was that, I mean, he's not practicing what he preaches, because he was all in on getting more guaranteed, the PIP money, and then talking about more guaranteed purses. And I don't know. I think Rory may say one thing, but he certainly acts a different way.
Well, I don't think this was included in this part, and I'm not saying it should have been because it was like a 2-minute soundbite. You don't want to include it all in there. But at some point, he said, you know, the economics of the game, the top-end players are being rewarded, and they should be. You know, he's not denying that. I mean, if you are one of the top players, you should be making more than a Peter Malnati, and here's Peter Malnati saying that. But what he was trying to drive home is that fans watching don't want to hear and are irritated by hearing about dollars. And certainly LIV, that's been the big topic because it explains why players leave. And then oftentimes they had been saying it was to grow the game. People didn't like that because they knew it was disingenuous. They're leaving for the money. They appreciated, I think, when Koepka was just like, yeah, it's the money. That's it. I can work less and make more money. Dustin Johnson, I can work less, make more money. Who wouldn't do that? People understand that part of it. But then when the tour starts creating things and these, I don't even know, elevated events, I think is now what it's called. It was designated. Now it's elevated. I don't know, a signature. Is that what it is now? They keep changing them. And then that thing where they're going to play on a simulator, you know, that got blown over in Palm Beach Gardens, and now they're going to relaunch it again next January. These are, you don't want to call them money grabs because then it makes it look like it's like scummy, but it's directing revenue to the top-end players. And what Malnati's trying to say is, yeah, I want the money, and he's made, I think, $6 million in his career, which is certainly well above average for, you know, most athletes. But with that being established, what he was trying to drive home is he didn't think growing up about the money. He thought growing up about championships. Now, that's the view of somebody who grew up being able to play golf. Not everybody has that opportunity. So if you are somebody who grew up and you were in an area or an upbringing in which you did not have the luxury, I would imagine being able to make the kind of money of Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods or whomever you may have admired was something that you thought differently than, say, Peter Malnati or anybody who was fortunate enough to have a different kind of life experience and upbringing. So, you know, there's two different ways to look at it, because once you make that money, you can help your family get out of a bad situation. But what he's trying to drive home is that you can, you know, for him, yeah, he just made whatever he made, $1.5 million on Sunday, but those tears weren't about the $1.5 million. It was about, you know, accomplishing something for the first time in 9 years as one of the lower end players on tour. And I think that you can have that be as a baseball player, as a basketball player, soccer player, hockey player, you know, take your pick, whatever direction you want to go, football player. You don't grow up thinking that way. Of course, one of the joys of youth is the ignorance of financial responsibility, you know, most of the time anyway. And so, you know, you can focus on championships, and then you start to have expenses and you realize the importance of income. But I thought the point being that that's a unifying message that somebody humbly stating can bring people to the table and make people. I think Peter Malnati has gained a hell lot of fans over the last 5 days, whereas 5 days ago most people had no idea who the man was.
No.
Happens to be a Missouri guy.
When I was a kid watching sports, very rarely was it talked about how much money people were making. Nobody really seemed to care. I mean, there was some talk, but not a lot. It certainly wasn't the key factor that it is today in so many sports discussions. I think nowadays they just make so much money, so eye-popping amounts of money, that you almost can't help but notice it and have that be a big key factor when you talk sports.
Well, back in our day, there wasn't free agency per se, and nobody was in the paper talking about, I'm sitting out until I make $1.8 million. You didn't see a lot of that. And golf, it's out there because you know what they're making because they put the prize money and what the guy won every week.
Yeah, I mean, in almost any sport, there wasn't a whole lot of talk about salary. There were some, but it wasn't just one of the dominant factors every time you talk sports is how much is this guy making and that guy making and salary caps and all this. It was just kind of the game.
Yeah, but and I get his point where he says just we need to stop talking about it, stop making it the focus, which is easier said than done. But when you have a company, a country coming in and throwing $1 billion, and you have another agency coming and throwing $1 billion at you, he's making this. Well, I got to get our players this. I mean, Monahan came up with, and it won't be used, I don't think, because I think even out of the top 125 to keep your card, you've made $500,000 at least. But everybody who has their card starts the year with $500,000. At the end of the year, if you don't make $500,000, you're compensated that, which it really makes no sense. It's just throwing numbers out there. Look, I'm giving all these players $500,000. It's not going to come into play. But he's throwing numbers out there. I think that's what people are getting tired of.
I don't know that people get that far into the weeds in it. If you're watching people play golf Sunday on TV, I think everybody knows these guys make a lot of money. I think people have given them that. All right, you're rich, you're playing golf, you're a professional golfer, you make a lot of money. I don't think that's a shock to very many people.
I mean, we back up corporations that maximize profit, but yet when guys want to triple their yearly income by doing less work because they've earned that right, like we ridicule and I don't get, like, people should be open to make as much money as they humanly possibly can if they're on this earth, man. If you have a name that's branded and has name recognition attached to it that can add value to it, then you take it. I'm not saying the PGA Tour was taking advantage of the guy, but if you see an opportunity and you can make $400 or $500 million, who cares what everybody else thinks?
Mm-hmm. No, I think the ridicule came from the ones who went over there and said, this would be a chance to build the game, which is BS.
Well, yeah, but who cares? People lie about that stuff all the time. That just happens. I mean, they have a PR team. You can't openly. I mean, I know Harold Varner and a couple other guys have come out and said, it obviously was for financial reasons, but most people in your camp are just going to say, just tell people you're growing the game. Yeah. It's asinine and ridiculous. I'm 100% on your side with that, but I don't think that's the reason to hate these guys.
No, compensation, or I should say competition in pro sports has always been a boon to athletes' salaries, going all the way back when there was just the National League and the American League came in and started paying players more. You do it in the NFL. AFL came around and started bidding for players that the NFL wanted. Hockey, same way with the WHA. It happens. You get more competition and the leagues have to pay up more to keep their players.
The PGA never dealt with competition before. I love how you bring up every other major sport and dealt with issues just like this. Mm-hmm. Either you have two separate leagues or you merge together. I mean, leagues have figured this out for 60, 70, 80 years. It's not surprising that somebody came in and wanted to rival the PGA Tour because nobody's done it before.
Mm-hmm. I think the key difference there, though, is that was all, domestic. Those are American.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
This is foreign money and money from, certainly a country that's draped in controversy.
I'm with Jackson on that. I get that that's it's not apples and apples there, the Doug comparison, but
well, it's a much smaller world now than it was 50 or more years ago. I mean, we're much more open to dealing with other countries in sports than we were back then.
I wonder if Peter was talking more about, because I think Chris DeMarco was on a podcast.
Chris DeMarco on a podcast? You listened
to it?
Chris DeMarco, he plays on the senior tour.
Bob DeMarco was the center for the football Cardinals.
DeMarco farted afternoon drive down the hallway.
Yeah.
But he was on a podcast and he said, I wish Liv would take over. I hope this happens and Liv takes over the Champions Tour because we need more money out there. Some of the money we're playing for is ridiculous. We got some of the stars from the past should be making more money. So if Liv takes over, I'd like to see our purses go up. There's a guy bitching about money.
Who is this DeMarco, and why is he chirping?
I did see that.
I think he's had like one top 10 in 46 events on the Champions Tour. He once folded and lost against Tiger in a major. I forgot which one. Okay. But when you have a Champions Tour player who's
didn't he go to a playoff with Tiger in the Masters?
Yeah, but I think he choked down the stretch to.
Still made.
Well, he got a playoff, but I think he choked down the stretch, missed a couple of putts to let Tiger time.
Oh, really?
Irregardless. That's not a word.
No, it isn't. Just regardless.
He's absolutely killing it.
But I agree with him when you have Champions Tour players come out and say they don't make enough money. We need more money. Live, take over, and give us more money. Yeah, nobody cares about you.
No.
I think I'm with Iggy though. Like, aren't they? What entity? The PGA own them? Like, the PGA Tour own the Champion Tour as well?
Yeah. Well, they have no cut of this.
Does anybody have sympathy for guys who are already multimillionaires who are not getting another million or two? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, John Daly can't even play anymore. He goes to every event because he knows if he finishes last, he's going to make $30,000.
Well, it's obvious eventually the two entities are going to merge. Now, if that happens in 5 years, 10 years, I mean, it's not always going to be like this, correct? Like, they're going to be,
who knows?
I don't know, rock bottom, or they're going to be Tiger stepping up, or somebody stepping up and just saying, look, we'll give in, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know who it would be, but you feel like they'd be merging eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Siders is not happy with the conversation. And Jackson, you've got him a month from today.
That's right.
How many seeds you getting, bro?
I don't know what his number is.
Doug, what's Mr. Siders' handicap?
I don't know.
He probably doesn't have one either.
Oh, no.
Oh, I bet he does.
He is very critical of Jackson's 7-iron distance. I know that. He's also critical of the program. Talk about some bi-curious girls or something. No one cares what a nobody did on a half-assed PGA Tour roster. The amount of money is out there for everyone to see. Why is this quote so amazing? That's Mr. Siders.
I think the quote's amazing coming from a guy who, you know, should be putting money over everything. He's a guy looking to take care of his family, and he was just talking about watching sports as kids. He didn't think about a dollar figure.
Yeah. And Jackson, how far are you hitting the 7-iron?
Ugh. I mean, if I flush it, and I haven't flushed a club in maybe a year, like $160 if I flush it,
Yeah.
but I play it at 150, which is a problem.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. It's fine.
It should be a lot longer.
Should be longer.
Well, just hit another club if you got to go longer.
Yeah, but then I struggle.
But
as we
you're
get
not
past the
you're not
6-iron.
playing to impress the guy next to you.
No, I'm shooting to score, baby.
Right.
Wow.
So whatever club it takes.
But like I was watching a video yesterday of someone playing the Bear Trap, PGA National, and there's that par 3 all over water, like 175.
Mm-hmm.
That's 15 and 17.
Yeah, I would.
5-iron?
That would be a problem.
Hello,
What?
driver.
You can't hit a 5-iron?
No, I can. I just so seldom flush it, and sometimes it goes a little short. And if there's a wind situation, it could be tough.
My buddies were pretty surprised the 3-wood busted out a couple of par 3s. I told them I was a little tight, though.
How about like a 7-wood for you, Jackson?
It's
That'd be a lot further than a 7-iron.
I think, yeah, you would fly that thing.
But
Maybe-
he's
maybe
talking about this water hole that he's got to
13
clear.
wood.
my hybrid does a lot of work for me.
Yeah.
I have a little bit more comfortability taking a little off that than I do trying to goose a 4-iron.
Don't say goose a
I
4-iron.
like that. Goose of 4-iron. Doug, Michael Wellington is listening to the show. You may know him from the
Sure.
Champions Tour.
Yeah.
And from this program, and from Nick and the Badger, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And he says Tiger chipped in famously on number 16 and then bogeyed 17 and 18 to force a playoff in the 2005 Masters against Chris DeMarco. That's not exactly a choke, Ken.
I thought DeMarco was the one that missed the last 2 holes.
Oh.
If I'm wrong. I knew one of them did.
Yeah.
I just thought it was DeMarco.
I didn't think we'd have to get our Chris DeMarco trivia
Facts, yeah.
question.
I would have done more
Tiger's
research.
chip in on 2005 might be the most famous golf shot of the 21st century.
Was that the one where the Nike logos
Yes.
sat there on the edge of the
Yeah.
cup and dropped in?
In your life.
Oh, yeah.
See, I like the better
Burn
than
my-
most. I love that one. Better than most.
Better than most is outstanding as well. Gary Koch.
Yeah, that was a
Vern
great
Lundquist
call,
on
man.
In Your Life.
And then he went on to bogey the next 2 holes
Apparently so.
and still got in the playoff.
Yep.
How much golf did Vern do?
He was there like every week, wasn't he?
Was he?
CBS?
I remember watching it as a kid and a youth. I know he was there all the time. I just didn't know if he was the regular guy. Because he was dynamite.
I think this is his last Masters. I think I read where this is his last
Yep.
Masters.
Doing it again?
Yes. This is
Love
the
me
last
some
one.
Vern.
Didn't Pat Summerall do golf for a long time, too?
Yes, I think he did.
I think so.
Touchdown.
Packers.
That was the Rammies. Shrimply Pebbles is active, Plowhawk. Darren, respectfully, I feel like you're being a bit hypocritical. If Rory says he wants money, you rip him. But you then say we celebrate corporations and chirp athletes who want more pay. Iggy mentions the live line of, quote, wanting to grow the game, and you say athletes lie all the time. But Rory did the same thing, and you razz him. Aren't these one and the same? I'm not a Rory stan or anything. Just making an observation. Stay cute.
I love that, and I read that, and I was thinking, the reason I don't like Rory is the backpedaling. He came out really aggressive, anti-money grab, obviously anti-Saudi, and then had taken a complete 180, knowing that his side is, going to lose, and everybody is, taking the side of money over integrity, as he says it. So I think the backtracking for him, that really just annoyed the hell out of me about the money thing. And also, I mean, what LIV did was make the PGA Tour better in terms of financially. Get more PGA Tour cards for guys like, Peter, or, we've seen a lot of first-time winners on tour in the last couple of years.
I think Rory McIlroy changed his tune, Plowhawk, when he felt betrayed by Jay Monahan after being his public safety net fighting LIV, and then finds out that Monahan has done a deal with, as Doug calls him, His Excellency. You say H-E?
I don't
You say
really,
H-E?
No, I wouldn't call anyone His Excellency.
His Excellency is a badass name. Like, you can't get much higher up than that, right?
I can't imagine what it would be.
Like a baron or a duke, like, they don't even have that power, right?
I don't think so. Man. You're a king of kings, I guess.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
King of kings.
Mm-hmm.
Darren disliked Rory before the backtrack. This is a lie. That's from the breakfast.
I disliked him the entire time through the LIV process. I don't know what my take was on beforehand. I don't think I had a Rory take before LIV started. But, I mean, like Tim said, he followed Jay Monahan with the 9/11. He was just really calling out players. Just watch season 1 of Full Swing. He comes off like a complete 2-year-old baby. And now look at what he's saying. There's a 10% chance I can join LIV. Just, a year out from bashing LIV, calling them terrorists, and then telling Phil Mickelson to F off. That's in 365 days, man. That's a flip-flop if I've ever seen one.
Doug,
so
I'll attempt to draw a parallel here through film.
Okay.
The picture, Godfather 2. Jackson, good or bad?
Good.
Amazing.
When Al Pacino's character, Michael Corleone, turns to his brother Fredo, grabs him, and says, "You broke my heart. You broke my heart, Fredo." I think that's what Rory McIlroy feels like with Jay Monahan. He fully invested, tried to defend the PGA Tour, and then on June 6th last year, his heart was broken, and now he's just fluttering about. I kind of feel like Rahm felt the same way, too, although Rahm wasn't as outspoken about the whole thing. He's like, F this, then I'm going to go get my hundreds of millions of dollars. What does it matter? If they're going to get in bed with him, I might as well get my money before it happens. All right, let's see. 9:49. Jackson, what do I need to do? Do I need to do anything?
Yeah, talk about both the Illinois Recovery Center and 2060 Digital.
All right, well, then that's what I'm going to do because, Doug, that is how the world works. Yeah, 2060 Digital is something that we're looking at Sound Story, as a matter of fact. Making digital connections that drive results, fast-paced world of digital marketing, making meaningful connections with your audience, challenging for any business. 2060 Digital is a sister company backed by a 100-year-old media empire, just like 105.7 HD2 FM. That's Hubbard. If you're a business owner or marketer, seeking more strategic ways to reach and engage with customers, this can be for you. 2060 Digital, with 12 years of expertise. They specialize in simplifying the complexities of digital marketing, demystifying the process, transforming from a challenge into an opportunity, and enhancing online presence, optimizing digital campaigns, and increasing customer engagement. Think your business has room to grow? Let us prove it to you. Visit 1057thepoint.com/2060 Digital. Take the first steps towards unlocking your business's digital potential with 2060 Digital. Now, what do you think about that?
I think it's something you should really look at.
I know. I kind of feel like I should.
To unlock your potential.
What's my potential?
Well, I think the sky's the limit for you, Tim.
Clip that off. Let's run that as a promo.
All right.
You haven't used those gloves today either, have you? There have been a lot of hot takes. You haven't even used them.
Well, I don't think there's one that was scorching yet. It could still come in an email.
Yeah, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day is a matter of moments away. Let's see. Illinois Recovery Center. If you or someone in your family or a close friend is in need, transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team is here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? Well, they have a holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and a top-notch facility and accommodation. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. There it is, Illinois Recovery Center. It's going to take about 42 seconds for me to log into the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. So if anybody has an orgy to promote or anything, this would be the time to do it.
No, Will Zelator is off to another good start today, 2 over.
Oh, idiot. This is because you picked him on your team.
I see him as 1 over.
No, he must have made a birdie. Or you're a little behind and he made another bogey. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Doug, do you know if he made a birdie or a bogey?
I don't follow first-round golf.
Well, I do. What if you shoot a 78, you're out. Kevin Kisner's under par for the first time in 3 years.
I got him at 1 over through 7. Doug, does that match up with your scorecard?
I don't have a scorecard.
Well, how do you do that?
I'm not looking at it.
I'm not going to ask Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown.
I close my eyes and I pull a name out of a hat, or a box to be more specific.
Right.
Okay, first round, first couple of holes on a golf tournament, you're glued to that?
I just keep an eye on it. I don't like my players to be way over par in the first round. You got to go shoot a 500 or 600 to make the cut.
Why don't you try to be more productive and spend more time promoting this orgy?
Why don't you?
Doug, why don't you start promoting?
I don't know the folks.
You know them.
You don't know them?
They've been in studio.
Okay, I met them once briefly.
That's the only time I met her.
I don't feel like I know them.
It's the only time I met her.
But they reach out to you to help promote their activities.
If I'm not mistaken, she sent you an email first.
Yeah, I get lots of emails from people I don't know.
Right now, for some reason, you were the one on the show that she thought would be good to talk about porn with her.
She said I came up first in alphabetical order.
Well, the fact of the matter is you got it first. So you know her better than I do.
You're jealous over that? I know her better than you. Okay.
I'm having issues logging into the email.
Okay.
But I appreciate the vamping.
All right.
Jackson, you might have to read these things. For some reason, it's not open up.
I'll kick us off.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I got it in. I got it. This was his sentence. Hey, Tim, you're not talking about me, but I want to remind you that I'm here, so I'm going to wipe the desktop so loudly it can be heard over the airwaves. That's from Teflon Strode.
Teflon Strode. He's new.
And these mics are too sensitive. I was 10 feet away just with my finger wiping up a little Gatorade.
See, I can hear that. But I can't tell where I'm hearing it. That one earmuff out. So like I can't tell if I'm
stop
hearing
moving.
it.
How about that?
I can't hear people paint.
In St. Louis's heart, a curious cast we find. Men of all shapes, etching stories in their kind. First, there's the handsome one, a vision in khaki gleam. A sculpted form, it seems, a model's perfect dream. But look beyond the surface, for beneath that chiseled face may lie a hollow echo, devoid of inner grace. Then comes the wisp of smoke, a scrawny childlike soul, who finds his peace in hazy clouds, content to take his toll. He picks at plates like toddlers, a man-child's playful quest, but in his laughter rings a tune, a lightness to suggest. A heart that's free and gentle, though lost in fleeting highs, a spirit yet to focus beneath those stardust skies. Next, a phantom figure, a ghost who haunts the court, a love for basketball, his only true report. He glides unseen, unheard, a memory in motion, a silent baller's passion, a spectral, wordless devotion. An orange-hued...
Okay, wrap it up!
What do you got against Frost?
An orange-hued relic, a man of seasoned years, with work a distant notion, replaced by self-held cheers. He spins a web of stories, his voice a constant hum, a monologue unending of all he's overcome. And lastly, a compact wonder, blessed with a voice so grand, a gift from heavens above, a touch of the divine at hand. His stature, though diminished, holds a power most profound, for in his every utterance a symphony resounds. These men, a motley crew, in St. Louis' vibrant throng, each playing out their part in life's imperfect song. So raise a glass, a toast to all, the flawed, the strange, the bright, for in their quirks and oddities we find a human light. Doug, that's from Cynthia Cox.
Okay.
Cynthia?
Cynthia Cox. She cut and pasted that from somewhere, didn't she? Oh, she's new.
Welcome to the show. I'm so glad Tim told us he was sick on Saturday. My 400-pound hog of a wife wanted to mess around on Saturday, and I told her no. I just knew something was wrong with the world. Now it all makes sense. But this email's about the fossil statements today. I've never considered this a sports show anymore. I'm not going to disparage anybody, even though I just accused a jockey of purposely losing races.
I didn't.
The fifth winningest North American rider of all time, with 7,396 wins from 41,775 mounts. And how much of the devil's lettuce has David Spicoli smoked when he doesn't remember if he's been to a restaurant when speed-talking Biff asks him if he's been there? But this email is really about the first time I saw a man give another man a facial.
Oh.
My buddy Ace got his summer job at Sticks Bear and Fuller and was in charge of changing the male mannequins into summer clothing. We all watched on the security cameras as Ace started heavy petting with the cleaning men.
Oh.
Oral came into play and the cleaning man couldn't handle it, with Ace releasing on his mush. Just when we thought it was over, mannequin number 5 came to life.
Mm-hmm.
It was my buddy Butchie, who had been masturbating, watching the whole thing. He boiled over to the helpless cleaning man and became the second shooter, all over his face with a rainbow-like explosion. Doug, that's from Eden Johnson. That's kind of a take on the Kim Cattrall film, isn't it?
I don't know. Eden Johnson. He's new.
Guys, I absolutely hate promoting things, but here's some info on an orgy.
I promoted it.
That I just simply cannot stop talking about. No matter the texts come in and the body language of all my coworkers. I absolutely hate promoting things, but I'm going to send out a company-wide email for the foundation I work for, but don't necessarily, quote, work for Trivia Night. Send it during a break. Nah, fam, I'll do it mid-segment. Thank you very much. Now, I absolutely hate promoting things, but I will be doing special cameos where I can cuck you, wish you a happy birthday, read fantasy football draft orders, or even cuck you. Again, not promoting, you idiots. I never even said where to go to get it, even though I definitely did say where to get it. And I absolutely hate promoting things, but I'll be doing my cooking show today, so if you'd like to join Cletus and that divorced woman who used to take pics of her bowel movements.
Close. Very close.
As the only two people that hate themselves enough to watch. Come join us. If I get 3 viewers, YouTube may send me a plaque. I absolutely hate promoting things, but here's the name of an eye doctor with a bunch of smoke show workers. On the books, nah, but if I play my cards right, I get free bifocals and hopefully a little... Doug, how do you say this? Lagnappe.
I don't...
Lagniappe.
Thank you.
Lagniappe. Okay.
I absolutely hate promoting things, but I'm going to continue to talk about Gateway National and its beautiful bentgrass fairways until Sean Barnes realizes the errors of his ways and keeps my 3-decade-plus streak of mooching for free golf alive. I absolutely hate promoting things, but if you want to grab some stinky landfill trout and cook it in hot country crock, head over to Fantastical Fish Co. Save me a spot in the FPCC. I have a trivia night the night before. Again, not promoting it, but I do. And I have an orgy to attend the next day, so I'm going to need to conserve my energy. Speaking conserving my energy, if you'd like to be my first sexual partner since Gobbleville 2008, post on the fan page and I'll have the screenshot gumshoe shoot me over your application. Not going to try to get you to climax. I'm just going to lay there watching Senior Cialis on my phone at full volume. Again, not a fan of promoting, but you should really watch Senior Cialis, the gay gas station documentary documentary, the Frank Sinatra Says Hi to Everyone in Palm Springs documentary, NYPD Blue, Spartacus, Loosely Lawless has a Merkin, but she never got to use it. Happy birthday, Learn. Learn, did you hear me? I said happy birthday. Lean in, soda pop. Blueberry pop.
Blueberry pop.
And finally, we're finally going to talk about gambling. The biggest star in baseball and an NBA player who went to Mizzou, but most basketball fans have never heard of, are wrapped up in 2 separate betting scandals. We're not going to get into any of that, but instead we're going to drag deceased jockey Dave Gall's name through the mud by how he used to tip the sharps at Fairmont by finishing 4th or 5th in his early races. It's not that I believe every gambling outcome is fixed, but the point is everything could be fixed. Like this morning, a fan pager set the over-under on Iggy's Happy Birthday to Learn mention at 4 minutes into the show. It didn't come until 5 minutes into the show. Now, I don't think Iggy purposely waited until the 5th minute of the show to ensure the over covered. For one thing, he spent the first minute of the show with his headphones off trying to grab his phone from his coat pocket and only wished Learn a happy birthday in response to a text from Big Tuft. But for all we know, Big Tuft may have had action on the under and was throwing a Hail Mary before the clock ran out. Or what about Warson Woods Wacko, who sent in that text of an overweight gentleman shoving his ween into an exercise balloon at the top of the show? He probably shipped the over. Okay, gotta go now. But first, let me mention the orgy that I'm definitely not promoting, just like how I mentioned golf courses let me play for free. Now, when I'm begging them for free rounds, I tell them how I'll promote them on air. But in the interest of keeping myself clear of any payola plugola charges, we'll just say I'm mentioning them. That's from Buck Swope. And Doug, do we have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today?
Gosh, I hate to keep voting for the same guy every day, but I feel compelled to give another vote to Blueberry Pop.
I like a good poem, so Cynthia Longfellow was live.
Cynthia Cox, I'm sorry.
There's just something about a Madigan coming to life. And Pop was good. I'm gonna go with Kevin Miller.
Blueberry Pop has shipped the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, but Kevin Miller was wonderful. All right, we got to wrap it up. Jackson, I got to go. We're super late. Bye.
Yeah, that Plow Boys.